The following is a presentation of the Schoolcraft College Sports Network.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to CompuWare Arena Saturday night. And the Plymouth Whalers bring in their Eastern Conference rivals, the Oshawa Generals. My name's Pete Krepsky. Thank you for listening tonight and watching, along with Sean Belesian, who literally just got here, and we won't develop the story, but it's good to see Sean Belesian here. It's the Whalers and the Generals. Take a look at the Western Conference race. It continues to be tightly packed. The Whalers losing in a shootout last night. Windsor winning in Kitchener, so the Whalers 2 points behind the Windsor Spitfires, 3 points up on the London Knights. Take a look at the Eastern Conference and Oshawa right in the middle of things. They're having an excellent year, a younger hockey club that continues to improve. Oshawa beat the Whalers back in December in Oshawa by a score of 3-2. So we will see what happens here this evening. As we take a look at the starting lineup for the Whalers, and Sean, Matt Mahalik is going to get the starting goal after his good work last night.
He's been playing so well. He really has. His last few starts, it just seems to have clicked for him. He looks so confident in net.
Up front, some changes, and I think the Whalers' offensive flurry in the third period really predicates this change, Sean.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, the beauty of it, Pete, is we're seeing contributions from all the lines. I can't say it enough. And that third line in particular last night, Devan and Livingston, really doing a great job together.
Take a look at Oshawa. The veteran Peter DeSalvo will get the starting goal. Colin Sulentrop, someone to watch, a former CompuWare youth player, and a high draft pick of the New York Islanders, Calvin DeHaan. Up front, some young guys that can put the puck in the net, some highly rated players for the Central Scouting rankings. You might remember Boone Jenner, part of the extended Whaler family. His brother Leo played for the Whalers for 5 years.
Christian Thomas, a New York Ranger draft choice, certainly a guy to look out for, Pete, as he is their leading scorer.
We say hello to everybody at newline.com in Toronto and Burnaby, British Columbia, our invaluable internet partners, and a special hello to our engineer tonight, Vincent, in Burnaby, BC. And as always, we say hello and thank you to our good friends at the Schoolcraft College Sports Network. This is our 7th year with Schoolcraft. We enjoy working with them very much. So that's the Whalers and the Generals, and we will see what happens. Again, my name's Pete Krepsky alongside Sean Belesian. Glad you're with us on a Saturday night here at CompuWare Arena. And no radio tonight. We can be a little freer with some of our comments in terms of the sponsor mentions. Really an outstanding crowd last night of over 3,000, seeing what turned out to be one of the wildest games of the year last year.
Oh, Pete, everybody I talked to just was a buzz about what that third period in overtime was like last night.
Let's go down to ice level and meet our good friend Shooter.
And welcome our Heinz Park lucky little Whalers of the game, Luke, Jake, Troy, Aiden, Connor, Eric, and Banks.
Oh, you gotta jump jive, then 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 you wear the way.
And now, let's hear it for your Plymouth Whalers starting lineup. Starting for the Whalers tonight on defense, number 3, Colin McDonald. Also on defense, number 25, Dario Trutman. At left wing, number 12, Tyler Brown. At right wing, number 21, R.J. Mahalik. At center, number 27, Robbie Zarnik. And in goal tonight for your Whalers, number 37, Matt Mahalik. And now, please welcome the rest of your Whalers.
So Scott Wedgwood getting a night off. He has been money for the Whalers almost every night, but Matt Mahalik, very highly thought of as a young goaltender, and the scouts love it, frankly, when Mahalik plays.
Well, and this is one of the blessings you have when you have two capable guys that can come in. And Mahalik, as we said, has really stepped up his play in the past few starts. He looks confident. He's playing well. And, boy, he came in last night and really did a good job trying to batten down the hatches and help the Whalers come back to earn that point against a darn good Niagara club.
Third team on the ice include a couple of veterans on the referees. That's Joe Celestin and Seth Ferguson, your linesmen. Kevin Hastings and Ryan Lachine, veterans all around. So that's the Whalers and the Generals. They meet twice a year, and we will see what happens this one. The Generals motoring along in the midpoint of the Eastern Conference race at 25-13, 4-4. Right now we'll go down to ice level for the national anthems. I believe Taylor Abbey will be singing the national anthems tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise, remove your caps, and welcome Taylor Abbey for the singing of O Canada and the Star-Spangled Banner.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all our sons' commands. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, thee true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Taylor Abbey with the singing of the national anthems. And in a moment we'll get this game underway. I think we have a ceremony for the Booster Club Player of the Month.
Member Deb Fields. Deb has been selected as this month's Plymouth Whalers Booster Club guest presenter. And each month, the Whalers Booster Club members vote for a Player of the Month who demonstrate hard work and leadership on the ice, in the classroom, and in the community. For the month of December, the Whalers Booster Club members have chosen forward Robbie Zarnik, who will receive a gift card to CJ's for his accomplishment. And Robbie tallied a team-high 5 goals and 5 assists for 10 points in the 11 games in December. Way to go, Robbie. And fans, tonight's long plumbing between the pipes starting goaltenders are Peter DeSalvo of Oshawa and Matt Mahalik for your Plymouth Whalers.
Against the Oshawa Generals with Matt Mahalik in goal. Dario Troutman and Colin McDonald on defense. A little different line combination. Really clicked a little bit last night. Tyler Brown with Robbie Zarnik and RJ Mahalik. The Whalers in their home. Dark blues skate right to left. Mahalik back behind the Oshawa goal, battling with Colin Sulentrop from Plantation, Florida, but he played here in the CompuWare Youth Program. Christian Thomas over the Plymouth line, checked by Troutman. Following up Berger along the boards, picked off by Troutman. The Whalers back to center with Brown and Mahalik, sweeping it into the Oshawa zone. Mahalik right out in front, they score! Mahalik left side, right side, Zarnik and Brown gives the Whalers 1-0 lead.
Saw that coming a million miles away. Again, the creativity of Robbie Zarnik. Pete, as soon as that puck came across, I think you yelled he scored before that puck was in the back of the net. You could see it coming because you're used to the creativity of Robbie Zarnik, and Tyler Brown is a guy that can finish. And Pete, we've talked about his heroics in overtime, but his heroics early in games cannot be denied. Look at that, just a lovely pass, and Brown finishes it.
Tyler Brown gives the Whalers a 1-0 lead at 28 seconds for Brown, his 19th of the year. Pittsburgh scout Ryan Fitzgerald watching with great interest. And I'll be very surprised if the Penguins don't sign Tyler Brown at the end of the year. Here's the call on the first Whaler goal.
Scored by number 12, Tyler Brown. His 19th goal on the season, assisted by number 27, Robbie Zarnik, and by number 21, R.J. Mahalik. Whalers goal by Brown from Zarnik and Mahalik at the 28-second mark.
So the Whalers off to a good start, Sean, and a little different line combination. It really started to click last night, continues here this evening.
And, you know, we've said it once, we've said it 10,000 times. Coach Vellucci just has a feel of things like that. He may stick with this, he may change from it in the first period.
Puck to the side of the goal, played to the left boards by Stefan Nason. It's Raquel with Mears and Nason up front. This line really formed in training camp, and they played very well early in the year together. Raquel to center, hits the Oshawa line right wing, got the shot. DeSalvo made the stop. Scott Valentine plays it around the board, but Levi pinching in left point, put it in behind the goal. Nason battling with Valentine. And the Generals pick it up, and Daniel Maggio, veteran, plays it up the right wing side, and Jensen hits the Plymouth line to the slot. Too well tied up by Colin McDonald and Ricard Raquel. 1-0 Whalers early on. Jensen wheels it over the Plymouth line. Too well tied up by the defense pairing of Levi and Colin McDonald. Devan back for the Whalers, wide left wing into the Oshawa zone. Jamie Devan with Mitchell Hurd and James Livingston up front. Devan trying to hit Livingston. Livingston will chase it right wing in the Oshawa zone. Livingston trying to play it in deep. That's picked off, and the puck out center ice. Livingston to the puck, played away from his check. Dylan McDonald for the Whalers in front of the penalty box area, dumping it around the boards deep in the Oshawa zone. 1-0 Whalers early on, 2:05 in. On the goal by Tyler Brown at 28 seconds. Race for the puck, Kyle Hope deep in the Plymouth zone for Oshawa in the right corner against Dylan McDonald. Graves behind the goal, try to jam it on the right wing side. That failed to click. Generals keep it going with Hope. Brown on the right boards to Lawton. Right point, Sulentrop ripped it wide. Brown on the other side, Livingston running in his man Hope. As this young line for the Generals, Hope with Graves. And Lawton trying to get the forecheck going. Calvin DeHaan left point the shot. Rattle off Mitchell Hurd in the face-off circle. DeHaan one to watch. A draft pick of the New York Islanders. Not the biggest guy in the world, but one of the more intelligent players in the league. DeHaan holding it in left point in the Plymouth zone. Dylan McDonald looking for an outlet, will circle around in his own zone, go to Colin McDonald. And it skips out center ice, and Aliardi back in his own zone. Ristoul from the penalty box area, playing it into the Oshawa zone, and the Generals captain DeHaan playing it into Whaler territory. 1-0 Plymouth, 3:10 into the period. Whalers with Whaley, Ristoul, and Aliardi up front. To center, Cody Payne. Left wing over the line. The shot by Emerson Clark, low on goal, sticked away by Matt Mahalik. Maggio shot right point low, wide of the Plymouth goal. Aliardi finds the outlet for Iafredi and up the middle Whaley. Aliardi over the line, hammered on the play. Big time hit by Daniel Maggio. Mahalik going after Emerson Clark. And Maggio hammered Alex Aliardi there pretty good. Cody Payne, left wing in the Plymouth zone to the slot, trying to move in, was Berger, but he was too well tied up by Dario Troutman, plays it up the right wing boards to center. Zarnik, wide right wing, worked by Valentine, takes it in behind the Oshawa goal. Leaving it, left wing to the goal line. Brown For Mahalik, he fanned on the shot. He was set up well. This line, another good opportunity shot.
Yeah, it sure was, and boy, did that line take a big hit to Alex Aliardi. I saw him go to the bench. He kind of made the gesture, I just lost my breath, I'm okay, but a good, clean hit by Maggio.
Left wing at his own line, Levi, the outlet to center for Brown. Zarnik hits the Oshawa line, and Mahalik following up right boards behind the Oshawa goal. Zarnik running in, Tony DeHart, young man from Missouri. Left point, Levi. Left wing boards, Mahalik, who was dumped on the play and nothing called. And the puck down into the Plymouth zone. The Oshawa Generals called on the icing.
Boy, Tony DeHart got away with one, Pete. I think you saw the same thing I did. It looked like RJ completely had his feet cut out from underneath him, but great pace to the start of this game. It really was. This is going to be the hit. This is a good, clean hit. Aliardi puts his head down for just a second. Maggio got him. And that's a big hit right there, and it's a good, clean hit, and it's going to happen in the game of hockey.
Face it off to the right of Peter DeSalvo. 1-0 Whalers on the goal by Tyler Brown in 28 seconds. Got some work that the officials are doing at the center ice dot. And that necessitates a bit of a delay.
Another nice crowd here tonight, Pete. Packed house last night, and a good crowd here tonight for Oshawa and that classic jersey, Pete. I love that script Oshawa across the front of their jersey.
Well, for those fans that don't know, Oshawa is one of the motor capitals of not only Ontario, but also Canada. Raquel deep left corner in the Oshawa zone with Garrett Mears. Raquel behind the goal being checked by Sulentrop. Sulentrop checking Raquel, who played around the boards, and it's taken out center ice by Nicholas Jensen. Nicholas Jensen rated 20th overall by Central Scouting in their midterm rankings for the upcoming NHL entry draft. Generals have 4 players in that category. Whalers have 5, so a lot of talent on the ice tonight. Round on the right wing. Muir's trying to get out. Andrioff, left circle. It goes to Luke Lesio. Lesio dumping it in behind the Plymouth goal. Dylan McDonald taking a look around for the Whalers. Round the left boards to Nason, center ice Raquel. Muir's on it for the Whalers. We'll dump it deep into the Oshawa zone. Raquel chasing it behind the goal against Sulentrop. Muirs digs it free left circle. Tried to go out in front for Nason, but it went off an Oshawa skate and into the Plymouth zone. Levi left side and up the middle for defense partner Troutman. Muirs trying to play it into the Oshawa zone, ripped it out of play and into the crowd. Play whistle dead. 1-0 Whalers, 5:39 into the period.
Well, a good pace to the game tonight, and Pete, I think a lot of people were left to wonder what might tonight hold after a couple of exciting games in a row, one in Windsor, one here last night. If the start is any indication, we're in for another quality evening tonight here at the Compuware Arena.
Sometimes third game and third nights teams do not have energy, but the Whalers seem to have it so far. And a good pace to this first 6 minutes or so. Troutman left corner in his own zone, battling with Graves. Hurd around the left boards, pinching it at the point. Maggio took the hit from Devan. Hurd behind his own goal, finds an outlet for Max Iafrate. Lead pass clicks for Devan. He'll skate it left wing over the Oshawa line. Devan wide left wing, got the shot. Sticked away by DeSalvo. He deflects it out of play and into the netting above the glass, into the corner. 6:14 into the period. The Whalers up 1-0.
Well, let's keep an eye on number 5 tonight because Devan gave him some, and then Maggio gave Devan some right back. He's a guy, Pete, as you mentioned, he's a veteran. We've seen him a few times with a few different teams from LaSalle, Ontario, just outside of Windsor.
Maggio started with Guelph, was with Sudbury for a short time, and now with the Generals. Christian Thomas, left wing, dumping it in behind the Plymouth goal. Thomas took a run at Nick Melissa. Now Thomas behind the Plymouth goal, tried to play it out in front. Good intercept by Tyler Brown. Zarnik up the right boards, worked it hard by DeHaan. Generals try to keep it alive, but it's offside Oshawa at the Plymouth line. Play whistle dead, 6:36 into the period. And another fact about Oshawa, in case you don't know, a lot of people rave about the John Labatt Center in London as the best rink in the league, and that certainly can be true. But if you see the General Motors place in Oshawa, your opinion might change a little bit. That may be the best building in the OHL, and certainly the Oshawa Generals dressing room is the best, one of the best in hockey. It's unbelievable. Nason right wing and out of his own zone. Nason with Ristoul and Whaley up front. DeHart left wing in his own zone trying to get it out. Does by Iafredi at the point. Troutman right wing at his own line. For Nason in front of the Oshawa bench. He puts it into Generals territory. Tony DeHart right wing. He's from Missouri and originally a London Knight. Jimmy McDowell for Oshawa playing it around the left boards, and Emerson Clark to center. Put it out in front of the Oshawa bench area. Whaley intercepts. Whalers will dump it back in, but the whistle will call. We're going to get, I think, Emerson Clark. We're going to get somebody in the Oshawa bench perhaps on a penalty here.
But Emerson Clark really went after Whaley right near the bench. I'm wondering if somebody reached over, Pete. It almost looked like the official was looking at the bench and saw somebody reach over.
Take a look here.
Let's take a look. Up and over goes Whaley, and oh yeah, you could see it, Pete. I don't know who it was, but you could see Whaley's body push back as somebody gave him a shove. It looks like it's Lesio.
And the Whalers will work on the game's first power play. Lesio off at 7:18. Plymouth up 1-0. Raquel won the draw in the Oshawa zone, but the Generals will dump it ahead. Thomas, good speed. Left wing over the Plymouth line. Snapped it on goal. A good stop by Matt Mahalik. Thomas behind the goal. Picked off by Tyler Brown. Thomas put it out in front. Cleaned up by Raquel. Held in by Maggio. Playing defense. He'll play it back into his own zone. And the Anaheim draft Scott Valentine will put it back to the Plymouth line. Ricard Raquel will wind it up for the Whalers on the power play with Plymouth up 1-0. Devan with 2 goals last night. Left wing over the Oshawa line. Left wing to the circle. Brown a shot deflected by Raquel over top of the goal. Don't think DeSalvo got a piece of it. And the Generals with Berger dumping it down into the Plymouth zone. Tyler Brown directing traffic for the Whalers back behind his own goal. Leaves it for Austin Levi. 1:10 left in the Whaler power play. 1-0 Plymouth. 9:10 into the period. Zarnik threading his way to center and over the Oshawa line. Will put it to the right boards and chase it behind the goal. Round on the left side, Livingston. Always plays with energy, does Livy. Left wing for Nason. Nason taking a look out for Livingston. Right wing out in front. And Zarnik the shot. Stopped up by actually the defenseman DeHaan, and the Whalers came close. Livingston top the left circle. Left wing along the boards for Zarnik. He'll leave it for Livingston. Lower rim of the left circle. Left point, Robbie Zarnik will let it settle down. Whalers coming close. Pass, high slot. Levi shot, hit the traffic. That rattled off Nason. Hurd right corner, left wing to the goal line is Livingston. Zarnik now, left wing. Whalers good movement here. Livingston, left wing to the goal line. Pass deflected by Sulentrop and out center ice. Now Hurd brings it back for the Whalers and Zarnik. Left circling over the line. Robbie Zarnik waits. In for Livingston. Got the shot, but I think it was blocked by Boone Jenner. As these shots not necessarily getting into DeSalvo. Puck behind the goal and the Generals back at full strength. Puck loose and Christian Thomas will bring it out for the Generals. Boone Jenner. Left wing over the Plymouth line. Got the shot. Ripped it over top of Matt Mahalik, and the puck all the way down into the Oshawa zone. Back behind his own goal, Tony DeHart, 1-0 Whalers. Jimmy McDowell for Oshawa, being forechecked by Michael Whaley. Puck out center ice from the penalty box there for Plymouth. Dylan McDonald plays it right side to the Plymouth zone for defense partner Colin McDonald. Puck shot deep into the Oshawa zone. The Whalers with R.J. Mahalik, Michael Whaley now, and Alex Aliardi up front. Christian Thomas, wide right wing over the Plymouth line, tied up by Dylan McDonald. Puck along the boards, and Jenner will take it. Boone Jenner, high slap to Hurt a shot. No problems for Matt Mahalik. He'll hold it and get a face-off. 9:54 left in the period. The Whalers up 1-0.
Well, Boone Jenner, of course, the little brother of a guy that we miss. I mean, Leo Jenner, just one of the classic Whalers as far as I'm concerned. And Pete, Boone Jenner's name has been out there on scouts' tongues for a couple years now. This, of course, is his draft year. He will be a high draft choice. The question is, how high of a draft choice will he be?
Currently rated 18th overall. We take a look at the veteran of the game, John Smeekins. We'll talk to him in the first intermission. Whaler, member of our staff, Emily Thibodeau, with Mr. Smeekins. And it's great, once again, every game shot, standing ovation.
Just a wonderful, wonderful gesture by this classy franchise, and certainly the classy fans, they always respond in kind by getting to their feet.
Good pace so far to this first period with the Whalers up 1-0. Generals win the draw in the Plymouth zone with Lawton, but it's Melissa around on the right boards. in the Plymouth zone. Can't quite get it out. Rebounds around on the other side. Maggio, right point, being watched by Nason. Now the Generals with Lawton, picked off by Nason, held in left point. Scott Valentine, he shot it towards the goal. Mahalik played that away. Settling it down is Iafrate, missing Raquel with the pass, and the puck back into the Oshawa zone. Valentine, the Anaheim draft, up for Lawton. Lawton played it to the Plymouth line, intercepted by Nason. It goes out center ice. Mears will organize in his own zone with the Whalers up 1-0. Garrett Mears, left point to center, has scored in 3 straight games. Deep right corner in the Oshawa zone, Raquel trying to play it behind the goal for Mears. Raquel holding it with good hard work in the right corner. Hope playing it ahead, held in by Nason. Mears to the right corner, sealed off by Valentine, but taking it in behind the goal, Stefan Nason. Nason left wing in the Oshawa zone, cycling with Raquel. Raquel put it to the face-off circle. Lawton has enough of that. Heavy hit by Troutman on his man Hope in front of the Oshawa bench area. The Whalers will dump it in behind the Oshawa goal. 1-0 Plymouth with 8:35 left in the period. Left wing to center, playing it into Plymouth territory, Emerson Clark. He runs in Troutman at the end wall. Dario Troutman around the right side to Zarnik just on. Held in. Patashio picked off in the Plymouth high slot by Mahalik. Back comes Zarnik. Right winging over the Oshawa zone line. Zarnik behind the goal against DeHaan. Picking it up right corner, Tyler Brown. Leaving it for Zarnik. He'll skate right wing along the boards in the Oshawa zone. Zarnik, lower rim of the right circle for Brown, taken away. Held in by Zarnik. Good work by Robbie. Back behind the goal, R.J. Mahalik keeping it rolling. Checked and pinned at the end wall by Calvin DeHaan. Zarnik there as well, but look at DeHaan. Still holding the puck, but not for long. Round on the right side, Mahalik. Emerson Clark trying to get out. Held into the point by Colin McDonald. And finally, Clark will skate it up the right wing to center. Clark over the Plymouth line. Being tied up along the boards by Dylan McDonald with Mahalik there as well. Held in right point to Hart. Put it back behind the Plymouth goal. It pinballs around the right corner. Andrioff put it back behind the Plymouth goal. Colin McDonald will take it. Play it up the middle. It clicks to Livingston. Livingston wide right wing over the Oshawa line, trying to work around McDowell. McDowell got the little hook out. Following up though, Hurd will take it left corner. Mitchell Hurd cycling, putting it back behind the goal. DeVan trying to get there, but Andrioff will play it for to Hart. He'll bounce it out center ice. Very good pace to this first period with the Whalers up 1-0.
And you mentioned it, Pete, that the referees letting the boys play. They're not calling the ticky-tack stuff. They know that this pace, it's a pretty frantic pace, and this is good for the game.
McDowell plays it out of his own zone to center. Troutman in front of his own bench, put it to the Oshawa bench. Now it's Livingston. Finds an outlet up the left wing side at center for Hurd. He'll chip it in behind the Oshawa goal. Hurd with the van and Livingston up front with the Whalers up 1-0. Livingston intercepts right wing in the Oshawa zone. DeHart has enough of that. He's tired. He'll dump it down into the Plymouth zone. No icing on the play. Refs tell him to play it. I thought it was icing, but no. Here's Nason on it. He'll skate hard left corner and into the Oshawa zone. Scott Valentine is going to draw a penalty on Nason. Nason got the stick into the skates of Valentine. Delayed call as Christian Thomas has it for Oshawa. DeSalvo will go to the bench. The Generals get the extra attacker on the delayed call. Thomas, right wing over the Plymouth line. Took the shot. Good block by Melissa. Second block by Melissa. Andrioff right hash marked the shot. Stopped by Mahalik. Now the Whaler penalty will come to Nason at 13:57.
Well, that was definitely a trip down there in the corner, and now we have just a little meeting of the minds right next to the Whaler bench. It appears nothing's going to come of that, but good pressure going back the other way. And again, 2 big blocks by Whaler defenders on shots by Christian Thomas, who in my mind, Pete, has been Oshawa's most dangerous player so far tonight. Shots on goal right now, 6-4. Oshawa with their first power play opportunity, a general power play that has not been very good this year.
Generals working at 15th in the league at 19.1 with the extra man. The Whalers up to 7th on the penalty kill at 80.9%.
Called it 13.
That's the penalty to Nason as the Whalers will dump it down into Oshawa territory. Set that Whaler penalty killing unit for you. Austin Levi and Dario Troutman on defense. Jamie DeVan and Tyler Brown up front. DeHart right wing over the Oshawa line. Put it to the Plymouth slot. DeVan intercepts, banks it off the right boards and to the Oshawa line. Calvin DeHaan, Oshawa captain. Right wing and over the line, Boone Jenner. Backhands it deep into the Plymouth zone, intercepted by Tyler Brown. No messing around for Tyler. He'll rip it hard around the boards to center and into the Oshawa zone. Whalers will change it up. Colin McDonald and Melissa on defense. R.J. Mahalik and James Livingston up front. 2 center on the rush. Right wing and over the line, Valentine will play it back behind the Plymouth goal. It rebounds around the right side. Livingston can't get out, held in left point by Maggio. Maggio to the slot, also shot on goal, stopped by Mahalik. R.J. Mahalik will play it up the boards, held in by Valentine. Andrioff, left wing boards. High slot, Maggio waits. Right wing, Jensen a shot. Hit the traffic, primarily Lesio out in front, and the Whalers to the puck will dump it down into Oshawa territory.
Yeah, the deflection came right to R.J. Mahalik. He didn't hesitate to send it the length of the ice. Whalers needed full troops out there.
Maggio to center. Playing it to the Plymouth line, Nicholas Jensen. Picked off in the Whaler slot by Troutman. He'll dump it down into Oshawa territory. Zarnik giving chase in the Oshawa zone, but Maggio will skate it to neutral territory. Maggio over the Plymouth line, picked off by Raquel, who deflects it out center ice. The Whalers with Zarnik and Raquel up front on the penalty kill with Troutman and Levi on the points. Puck behind the Plymouth goal. Matt Mahalik takes a look. Went off Jensen's stick, held in left point Hope. For Oshawa as the Whalers get back to full strength right about now. Zarnik working right wing in his own zone. Intercepted by Hope. Andrioff left corner, plays it around on the other side, and Nason just on will go to the puck. 1-0 Whalers with 3:55 left in the period. Nason strides to center and over the Oshawa line left wing. Nason, severe angle pass or shot from the left goal line, put it through the blue ice. Nason a hit on Kyle Hope in the corner. Nason, good job. He almost picked it off Colin Sulentrop. Settling it down, Calvin DeHaan for Oshawa. DeHaan up the middle for Graves. He'll tip it back behind the Plymouth goal. Bouncing back behind the goal on Colin McDonald. Intercepted by Lawton, put it out in front. Dylan McDonald plays it away from harm's way for the Whalers. Nason late in his shift will guide it into the Oshawa zone. 1-0 Whalers with 3:15 left in the period. Excellent pace to this first period. Pete Krepsky and Sean Belasian reporting from Compu Arena. Puck behind the Oshawa goal. Goaltender DeSalvo helping out, playing it out center ice. Levi in front of the Oshawa bench for Garrett Mears. That's intercepted by Graves. He'll dump it back behind the Plymouth goal. No icing on the play. The referees say to play it. And it goes behind the Plymouth goal for Berger. Jensen set up in the left circle, but it's taken away by Zarnik. We go back the other way with R.J. Mahalik. Deep behind the Oshawa goal, Zarnik. Being checked in the corner by Jimmy McDowell, picked up by Mahalik. Mahalik left wing to the goal line. Now it's held in right wing by Brown. Right wing, Mahalik on a backhand shot. And DeSalvo got a piece of that with the glove. Zarnik trying to spread it out left corner. Robbie Zarnik intercepted by Christian Thomas. He dances to center, goes over the Plymouth line. An excellent play by Levi, swept it out neutral territory. Tyler Brown working hard at center. We're going to get an Oshawa penalty. Brown will dump it deep into the Oshawa zone. McDowell will touch up. Whalers will work on a power play. Time of the call, 17:50.
Interference away from the puck. Jimmy McDowell caught R.J. Mahalik in the neutral zone, Pete, away from the puck. They will call that 11 times out of 10. What a pace, though. This has been a very entertaining first period. Not a lot of great scoring chances either way, just back and forth. Two teams that decide they want to skate a little bit tonight.
Jimmy McDowell at one point in his hockey career played for Michigan State, but he's been with the Generals for a couple of seasons now. Plymouth on a power play. They're up 1-0.
Called at 17:50. It is another.
Whalers on the power play this year, 18th in the league at 17.8%. Oshawa 9th in the league on the penalty kill at 80.4%. Hurd left wing to center, and it clicks to Livingston. Livingston left wing over the Oshawa line. Will hold it up left boards. Plays it right point for Austin Levi. Tried to play it left point for Hurd. Hurd recovered, played it to the left face-off circle in the Oshawa zone. Generals bring it back. Jensen with Andrioff over the line. Jensen to the slot, got the shot, ripped it wide. And Nason will settle it down for Plymouth back behind his own goal. Zarnik circling will settle it down for the Whalers. Plymouth on a power play for another $1.10. 1-0 Whalers with 1:20 left in the period. Raquel in front of his own bench area. Left wing and over the Oshawa line. Hurd will play it high in the air, right corner in the Oshawa zone. Raquel to the end wall. For Livingston, he'll spread it out along the right wall. Behind the goal is Raquel, battling with Sulentrop. Sulentrop picked off by Raquel, left wing boards Mears, trying to play it in deep, but Sulentrop recovered well. He'll dump it down into the Plymouth zone with less than a minute to play in the period.
Now 40 seconds remaining in this power play for the Whalers. Not much going on right now. Let's see if they can do it via this rush.
One goal in the period so far by Tyler Brown at 28 seconds. Raquel, right wing over the Oshawa line. Mears tried to work off a check of Valentine. Negotiate the blue line, the puck all at once, but Garrett offside on the play.
Well, a few defensemen on this team are property of NHL clubs. Scott Valentine, Amaggio, Tony DeHart, and of course Calvin DeHaan, the much talked about ballyhooed, if you will, Calvin DeHaan.
Jenner intercepts for Oshawa, put it out in front. That was played away. Jenner on a penalty kill. Backhand shot stopped by Mahalik. Jenner keeping it rolling. It's taken away by DeVan. He'll play it to the Oshawa line. Left wing Scott Valentine. He's the Anaheim draft. Being checked by the Toronto draft, Jamie DeVan. DeHart plays it out center ice. Tony DeHart, a New York Islander draft, with a minute left, with time winding down in the period. Here's Raquel with time winding down, trying to get the shot. Blocked by Valentine. A good flow to the first period. The only goal, that at 28 seconds by Tyler Brown. His 19th of the year from Zarnik and Mahalik, and the Whalers up 1-0 after one. Oshawa outshot Plymouth 7-4 in the period. And really entertaining first period with the Whalers up 1-0.
No, it was, Pete. The shots on goal were 7-4, but not a lot of quality scoring chances. I felt, Pete, both ways. Just a lot of skating and a lot of fast-paced hockey. And to me, that was a fun period to watch. It flew by, the game flowed, and the referees didn't take away from it.
We're going to be meeting and talking with our veteran of the game momentarily. Let's go down and say hello to John Smeekins. John, can you hear us?
Yes, I can, sir.
All right, let me turn you down there. There we go. Perfect. John, I got to ask the opening question. What'd you think of the ovation there at the 10-minute mark? And I got to tell you, we've seen this with every veteran that's been acknowledged to the crowd. Every game, somebody gets a standing ovation. It just happened to be you tonight. How did you feel about it?
Well, it was kind of emotional. I kind of had to reach into the corner of my glasses and wipe away a tear. But it was especially emotional since I went to the grand opening at the Fox Theater last night of our Vietnam generation, where Keith Famey did that movie for all the Michigan Vietnam veterans, and kind of explaining to everybody about the bad welcome home we got. And my nephew Alex Eliardi plays for the Whalers here. We come and watch him usually every weekend. And we saw this back in October about the veteran of the game, and my wife Donna sent my name in, and all of a sudden Mr. Passeri got a hold of me via the internet, and I found out about it, and I was like, wow, this is going to be something else. And here I am tonight, and these people all started clapping and applauding for me, and it was emotional. I was quivering a little bit there, and just had to be strong and smile for everybody and salute them and tell them thank you.
Well, we thank you for your service, and it's got to be fun for you watching Alex Aliardi play every night.
It is. It's great. I mean, I see him out there, and I remember when I was playing hockey when I was a kid. I played in my high school team, and it just wasn't good enough, I guess. But to see Alex going the way he is, and it's really great. And I know his mom and dad are proud of him. And the whole family's just really proud of the guy. He's doing a great job.
You were part of the Vietnam War, not a popular subject for a long time, but do you think the mood of the country's changed a little bit over the last few years? I
would have to say it definitely has, and one of the things that I have to point to is the Vietnam Veterans of America, like our motto is never again will one generation of veterans abandon another. And that's basically how we felt when we came home, but we want to make sure that our veterans coming home now, and the thing that's interesting about it is we've got ladies over there, and these ladies want to go into combat. So we want to welcome home all our veterans and let them know we support them and we thank them for what they're doing.
Can you talk about your time over in Vietnam and really your service overall with the armed forces?
Well, when I went to Vietnam, it was kind of interesting because I left for Vietnam on my wife's birthday. I got wounded March 24th in Vietnam, 1969 at 11:45 in the afternoon, and it was actually 11:45 midnight here in Michigan on March 23rd, which was my mother's birthday. And it just seemed like a lot of things centered around birthdays, and when they came out with the POW MIA stamp, it was dedicated on my daughter Lisa's birthday, May 29th. And my time in Vietnam, I was only there maybe about 5.5 months, and I ended up getting up wounded. We were hit by two recoilless rifle rounds while we were unloading and uncasing ammo at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, which was something rare. We never got shot at that time of the day. It was always at night or something. And I spent the next 11 and a half months in a hospital. And then the military looked at me and said, well, with the injuries you have and everything, they had to retire me, and I've been medically retired since then.
Very good. And so what are you doing with your time now, sir?
Well, right now I work for the United States Postal Service. I'm an auto mechanic. I try to keep those little white trucks on the road. And I'm also the Director of Veterans Affairs for the state of Michigan for the Michigan Postal Workers Union and the American Postal Workers Union. And one of the biggest things I try to do is I get as much information out to the veterans, their families, and especially their spouses and stuff, letting them know what's available for them and what's out there and what they need to know. So when they come home, they can do a smooth transition back into the civilian life and know that there are benefits available for them.
Well, let's transition back to the Whalers. You watch this team closely. What do you think of this hockey club?
It's great. I'm just amazed because I sit here and I watch these guys, and I remember when we played hockey way back then, and it's nothing like what we were experiencing back in the 60s. And I mean, just the training and everything these guys go through the arena, it's just beautiful here. It's just, I watch these guys, I listen to them on the computer on Thursday nights and Friday nights when they're away and stuff, or if I can't make it down here for a game with my wife, the computer goes on and we get them on there and we listen to them. We got a little sheets of paper where we're keeping notes of who's scoring goals, who's getting assists, and it's just great. They're doing a great job. I just love to see these guys play the way they are.
Well, John, whenever I say on the road, we say hello to the extended Whaler family. You're certainly a big part of that. We appreciate you listening and watching, and Sean and I are both really appreciative of that. We're going to let you go. Enjoy the night, and don't be a stranger. We'll be seeing you around for sure.
Great. Thank you, sir. You have a great night, and I would like to say one thing. I'd like to say to all my brother and sister veterans out there, thank you for your service to our country, and especially to the Vietnam veterans. Welcome home.
Perfect. John, thanks for your time.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. John, that was Sean, that was cool.
He fires me up, man. Yeah, really. And, you know, he was talking about his toughness. Alex Aliardi, his nephew, took a pretty big hit and got back up showing some toughness himself, Pete.
So a real nice chat with our veteran of the game, John Smeekins. We thank our good friends at Quicken Loans, CompuWare Corporation, of course the Whalers and CompuWare Arena for making it happen. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back in a couple of moments' time. Plymouth 1, Oshawa 0 on a Saturday night at CompuWare Arena. You're watching the Whalers, courtesy of the Schoolcraft College Sports Network. Stay with us.
I took a trip to Elkhart, Indiana today. Elkhart's a place that has lost jobs faster than anywhere else in America. In fact, local TV stations have started running public service announcements that tell people where to find food banks, even as the food banks don't have enough to meet the demand.
Tyler Brown up front with Colin McDonald and Zarnik will play it left corner for R.J. Mahalik. Zarnik put it back behind the goal. Jahan played it by the forecheck of Tyler Brown around the left side to Lane Berger. Up the middle it clicks to Thomas. Thomas, the Ranger draft, snapped the shot, left circle, fired it wide. Sulentrop up on the pinch, right wing to the half wall, behind the goal for Thomas, taken away nicely defensively by Ricard Raquel. Back behind his own goal around the right side, Colin McDonald. With the Whalers looking to change, McDonald will fire at the length of the ice. Plymouth called on the icing. 1:04 into the period, 1-0 Whalers.
7-4, the shots on goal. That's where it was after the first period of play. Fairly even first period. Of course, the difference in the game, that quick strike by Tyler Brown.
Face it off to the right of Matt Mahalik. Raquel won the draw. They battle for it along the boards in the Plymouth zone. That's Lesio with Melissa. Raquel digs it free, will chase to center ice. Raquel over the Oshawa line. Left wing Nason took the shot, fired it wide with Raquel working out in front on a screen or redirect. Andrioff back for Oshawa. Left wing over the Plymouth line, got the shot off the shoulder of Matt Mahalik. Garrett Mears brings it back for the Whalers to center. Nason chopping at his man. And we're going to get a whistle on the play and perhaps offside. Nason has a way of getting under the skin of the opposition, Sean.
He does. I think it's the boyish good looks, perhaps, Pete.
I think it's a little more than that, but I tend to agree with you.
He works hard. Maybe he talks a little bit, makes introductions to the opposition and everything, but I think he's made an introduction to a lot of people around this league that maybe didn't see the talent that this young man has last year.
Puck behind the Oshawa goal. It's out in front. Livingston scores! And this line doing good work again. Hurd with Livingston and DeVan. And they just pounded it in deep, and it's 2-0 Whalers.
DeSalvo just couldn't get himself right. A little misplay behind the net, Pete. And it took an eternity for him to get back in net, and he just didn't get square. The play took what seemed to be an eternity to develop, and Livingston just a nice soft backhand, put it right past DeSalvo, but it all starts with DeSalvo just kind of getting caught up back behind his own net and not getting back in time.
12th of the year for Livingston as he approaches 300 games played in his OHL career. Back behind the Plymouth goal, it's jammed out in front by Lawton, did not get to the Plymouth goal, 2-0 Whalers. The second Whaler goal, if I'm looking at it, should be Livingston from Hurd and DeVan. This line continues to play well. Here's the call on the second Whaler goal.
Here's goal scored by number 26, James Livingston. His 12th goal on the season, assisted by number 15, Mitchell Hurd, and by number 23, Jamie DeVan.
2-0 Whalers.
Boy, they worked hard last night. They were finally rewarded for it. A couple of goals by DeVan, a couple of big assists by Livingston, but it was a lot of the little things last night, Pete, and that was one of those great goals again.
Adam Restool brings it out for Plymouth. It's Restool with Raquel and Whaley up front. Raquel back behind the Oshawa goal. Restool was dumped behind the goal by McDowell. Left point, the bouncing puck for Melissa. He'll hold it, but the Generals bring it back. Emerson Clark to the Plymouth slot. Too well tied up by Melissa and Iafredi. McDowell left point. Left wing to the goal line. Cody Payne put it out in front. And a redirect by Patasio on goal. Mahalik a nice stop. Whaley with his good speed. Left wing over the Oshawa line. Michael Whaley checked up by McDowell. Puck ahead and Emerson Clark with Patasio over the line. Clark, the late man moving in. Cody Payne, right wing, got the shot. Mahalik got his body, his shoulder primarily on that. He looked like he got stung a little bit, but Matt hangs in there, makes the stop.
Boy, I don't know what happened down there, but right after the play, two guys went after Max Iafredi. I think he's getting a penalty. I don't know what happened, Pete. as I was watching the opportunity from Payne, who kind of took himself out of the play and went outside the dot, thus giving him a bad angle. But whatever Max Iafrate did, two Generals, as soon as the whistle blew, went right at him, and Max is sitting in the box.
Iafrate will go off on a penalty at 2:54 of the period. See if we get the call from PA announcer Chris Butzlock. So the Whalers on a penalty killing attempt here. Livingston out questioning it. It'll be Brown and Devan up front for the Whalers on the penalty kill. Levi and Troutman on defense. Face it off to the left of Mahalik. Boone Jenner won the draw. Brown trying to get it out.
2 minutes for slashing called at 2:54.
Maggio left circle, got the shot, blocked by a couple of Whalers, Devan and Brown, and it never got to the goal. Play whistle dead. 9 seconds into the Oshawa power play, 3:04 into the second period, 2-0 Whalers. Good batting average by the Whalers. 5 shots, 2 goals.
Maggio, not exactly an offensively gifted player, only 8 assists in 22 games. Pete does not have a goal to his credit yet, but Brown was making sure he got in the way of that shot just the same.
Jenner won the draw. Maggio high slot will take it right point on the Oshawa power play. Valentine, right wing boards, put it lower rim of the right circle and put it across. Thomas left wing to the half wall. Put it out in front, blocked by Tyler Brown. Thomas again, top the left circle, loves to shoot. Now Thomas, left point, guides it out in front. Valentine up on the play, right wing, just failed to redirect. Brown to the puck, typical hard work by Tyler. He'll dump it around the left boards and down into the Oshawa zone. He's not the best penalty killer in the league. I don't know who is. He is very, very good. Jenner to center. Rings it around the boards in Whaler territory. Livingston, another good penalty killer, will pick it up, but it's intercepted by DeHaan. DeHaan will take it along the right boards in the Oshawa power play. DeHaan waits, goes back to the right point, left point Maggio. Crosses right wing for Elaine Berger. Berger being watched by Colin McDonald. A puck free behind the Plymouth goal, and Melissa takes it. Nick Melissa for the Whalers. Plays it in the air and dumps it down into the Oshawa zone.
Effective kills so far, and you know, this is the period, Pete, where they have to take the long run from their end to get to the bench, so the Whalers able to switch up a couple times.
Melissa and Levi on the Plymouth defense now. Lesio, good speed back behind the Plymouth goal, will take it right boards. Right point Andrioff, right wing boards to Luke Lesio. He'll play it along the right side for Jensen. Right point DeHaan guides a low shot towards the goal, but Levi at the hash marks put it to the corner. Levi battling with Lesio. Round on the right side, Livingston, good play, won the battle to the puck, beat Andrioff to it, played it out center ice. Jensen back for Oshawa. Right wing over the Plymouth line late in the Generals power play. DeHaan high slot, right side Jensen. Left point Calvin DeHaan. Will not shoot. Right wing Jensen got the shot, ripped it wide. DeHart left wing to the half wall as the Whalers get back to full strength. Lesio picked off by Levi. Andrioff for Oshawa, right wing boards being checked by Max Iafrate. And the Whalers back with Robbie Zarnik. Lifting it to the Oshawa line. DeHart will play it up the left wing boards to Nicholas Jensen. DeHart, the Islander draft from Missouri. One-time London Knight. Jensen put it into the Plymouth zone, cleaned up in the slot by Colin McDonald. Mears brings it back, right wing to the circle. Nason tried to go out in front for Raquel. Good low block by DeHart in the face-off circle. Negated the pass by Nason. Now Mears out of the left corner to the left circle, leaving it for Raquel. Left point, the low shot by Troutman blocked. Nason out in front, missed Raquel, right wing in tight. Raquel left wing to the goal line for Mears, tried to go to Nason out in front, too well tied up by Jensen. Jensen and Nason fence with one another. Back comes Lawton, he'll bounce it on the backhand right circle into Mahalik. And the play whistle dead as Mahalik will hold it and get a face-off. 9 seconds shy of the 6-minute mark of the period.
Well, Pete, you were talking a few minutes ago about Stefan Nason and his uncanny ability to make friends. I think both Tony DeHart and Nicholas Jensen really wanted a piece of Stefan Nason for what I don't know, but really getting the body into him every chance they could, including a couple little elbows and whatnot behind the plate.
Shot off the face-off by Sulentrop, stopped by Mahalik. Sharp save there with a lot of traffic in front of him. After Jenner won the draw. Jenner right corner in the Plymouth zone. Right point McDowell, a shot right on goal. And a pad stop by Matt Mahalik. And the puck out center ice for R.J. Mahalik. He'll dump it into the Oshawa zone. The Whalers with Zarnik, R.J. Mahalik, and Tyler Brown up front. Zarnik a hit on Sulentrop in the corner. R.J. Mahalik running in McDowell to the end wall. Tyler Brown, right corner, intercepted by Boone Jenner, but Zarnik intercepts along the boards. Just failed to click for R.J. Mahalik, lower rim of the right circle. Back the other way for Oshawa. Jenner, left wing over the Plymouth line. Jenner, a passer shot, knocked down, active feet of Colin McDonald. McDonald back on the rush, has Zarnik with him deep into the Oshawa zone. Colin McDonald, left wing at the half wall for Zarnik, cycling left corner for Hurd. Mitchell Hurd back behind the goal. Jamie DeVan intercepted by Scott Valentine. Kyle Hope back for Oshawa. Boone Jenner for the Generals, right wing over the line, got the shot. Mahalik steered that to the corner. 1-0 Whalers. 2-0 Whalers, 7:05 into the period. 1 goal in each of the first 2 periods for the Whalers. Tyler Brown and James Livingston, the Whaler overages, with the goals tonight. Hope left wing in the Plymouth zone, steered it out of play and into the crowd. Play whistle dead here in the second frame with Plymouth up 2-0. Plenty of energy for the Whalers tonight in spite of playing 3 good games in 3 nights.
Yeah, Pete, they don't look like a team that is playing their 3rd game in the 3rd night. I think they're taking it to Oshawa a little bit, and Oshawa showing a little frustration that the Whalers are giving it to them a little bit.
Good look at Matt Mahalik there. He is not frustrated. He's been sharp tonight. Mitchell Hurd for the Whalers, winning the draw in his own zone. Around the right side, James Livingston. Livingston with DeVan and Hurd up front. Melissa and Iafredi on the points. Max Iafredi can't get out. Emerson Clark, left wing, got the shot. Mahalik the stop. Hold it and get a face-off. And Mahalik makes his 13th stop of the hockey game, 7:30 into the period.
Well, and you see every time there's a whistle now, you're starting to see the guys get together. These are 2 teams, obviously, in different conferences that aren't familiar with each other, Pete, but a lot of the bumping and pushing and all of that, and we'll keep an eye on that.
Mike Bellucci will switch it up. Our second period intermission guest, Michael Whaley, will come out with Adam Restool and Robbie Zarnik up front. Face it off to the left of Mahalik. Whaley thrown out of there. Zarnik at center by trade goes in against Cody Payne, who won the draw. Clark left point. Valentine a shot, went off Whaley, deflects wide. Adam Restool up the left wing boards to Whaley. Whaley trying to hit Zarnik, taken away by Payne. He'll backhand it in front of his own bench area. From in front of his own bench area, deep into the Plymouth zone. Colin McDonald retrieves it for the Whalers. Right wing Zarnik worked around Valentine. Zarnik right circle, moving right out in front. Lost the handle on it. And the shot by Restool right on goal, and the stop made by DeSalvo. Looked like Zarnik ran into his own man there. That was Whaley.
Boy, and the puck lay there for an eternity and was thrown back on the backhand, and somehow, some way, DeSalvo kept that underneath him. I thought for sure that was going to squeak through, but you could see when DeSalvo popped up, the puck lay just in front of that line.
It remains 2-0 Whalers on the out-of-town scoreboard. I'm not surprised at this. Niagara playing at Saginaw tonight. And the Ice Dogs lead the Fighting Watsons 2-0. That's a good hockey club, the Niagara Ice Dogs.
No disrespect against any other team, Pete. They might be the best team I've seen.
Raquel, the shot, blocked by Sulentrop, did not get through. Raquel behind the goal for Garrett Mears, a big battle with DeHaan. Mears keeping it rolling, taken away by Boone Jenner, though held in left point Levi. Left wing boards to Mears. Mears dumped on the play by DeHaan. Go back the other way with Berger for Oshawa. Christian Thomas, right wing over the Plymouth line. Good active stick of Levi, put it to the corner. Austin's played really well this year for the Whalers. Here's Nason, the center. Nason with Mears over the line. Garrett Mears will take it right wing. Severe angle, Garrett Mears taken off the puck by DeHaan. He'll find Boone Jenner. Back the other way, Jenner with Thomas and Berger over the line. Jenner to the slot. It's called late, but called right on the Oshawa offside at the Plymouth line. 8:42 into the period. 2-0 Whalers. There you take a look at Austin Levi. I think quietly, Sean, having an excellent year for Plymouth.
Boy, did he score a highlight reel shorthanded goal last night against Niagara. Just what an incredible rush up the ice.
And with Bo Schmitz coming down with an injury now a little bit longer than we might thought, Austin Levi and the Whaler Blue Line group playing very, very well. Here, Hurd to center for the Whalers with DeVan and Livingston. Hurd left boards the shot. Peter DeSalvo, a little Ole stop there. Will hold it, get a face-off. Meanwhile, Hurd, who's not shy around the league as well. He's been known to chat it up a bit, having some words with Tony DeHart. Chris DePero, nice job as the general manager and head coach of the Generals. They went to a youth movement a couple of years ago, traded John Tavares for London. A lot of the guys that they picked up from London are still playing here in Oshawa. One of them, Tony DeHart, battling with Livingston in the corner deep in the Oshawa zone. Andy Andrioff around the right side to Nicholas Jensen. Jensen looking for an outlet, will reverse it around on the left side to Luke Lesio. He'll play it out center ice. Christian Thomas, another one of the young men the Generals picked up in the Tavares deal. Lesio, good speed, right wing, moving right out in front. Just failed to put that puck on goal. Lesio and Mahalik talking to one another. McDowell holding it in left point, but it's taken away by Hurd. He'll look for an outlet. Mitchell Hurd worked by Jensen. Here's Livingston on it, right wing over the Oshawa line. Livingston marching in behind the goal. James Livingston looking for a play. Will hit the referee with it as he was trying to hit the band behind the goal. McDowell back for Oshawa. Leslie over the Plymouth line trying to work around Colin McDonald. Shot by Leslie. Nice play by Levi to play it away from the Plymouth goal. Back comes Zarnik in transition. Worked by Valentine, right wing to the goal line. Backhand shot by Zarnik. And DeSalvo made the stop. We go back full tilt either side shot. Great pace to this game. Here's Tyler Brown. Right corner out in front. Mahalik the shot. And I think Valentine got to it before it got to DeSalvo. Back the other way. Hope over the line. Low shot kicked away by Matt Mahalik. Left wing boards Graves. Picked off on the play by Iafredi. Zarnik back and Iafredi joins the rush. Max Iafredi into the slot for R.J. Mahalik. Put to the right corner by Maggio. Zarnik will hold it in the corner. Tyler Brown. And we're going to get a penalty there to Valentine. Boy, he got the stick up, and it's actually going to be called holding, but I thought Valentine got the stick up into Tyler Brown.
Could have got him with either one, Pete. No doubt about it. Tyler Brown got the ride and then got the stick up in his face as well. How about that play by Zarnik on that rush on Valentine? I mean, here's a kid, Anaheim property, gave him the side. What he does, Pete, you know it. He says, I dare you. I dare you to try to beat me along the boards. And Robbie said, okay, and blew right by him. It's a pretty good defenseman that Robbie Zarnik did that to.
So Valentine off. The Whalers working a power play. Valentine the penalty at 10:38. Raquel wins the draw. Trooping a shot deflected by Devan at the hash marks just wide. Devan, Raquel, and Mears up front for the Whalers on the power play. Raquel battling behind the Oshawa goal against Sulentrop. Devan digs it free. Good play by Jamie. Right point. Troopman. High slot. Brown a low shot. Raquel actually bunted it towards the goal. It went just wide. Raquel wins the battle for the puck. Lower rim of the left circle. Ripped it over top of the goal. Troopman pinching in right boards. Whalers keeping the puck on the power play deep in the Oshawa zone. Brown left point. Leaving it left wing. And now they're going to say, I think Tyler Brown played it in from neutral territory and had mates trapped. Tough break for the Whalers. They had something going offensively there.
Yeah, Tyler Brown doesn't give much of an argument there, so maybe he thinks the call is right. Couldn't tell from up here, Pete.
These teams do not play the trap, and you can certainly tell by the way this pace is going. They're going at it really well tonight. Here's Livingston, left wing over the Oshawa line. He's got one of the goals tonight. Zarnik left boards, has Nason out in front. High slot Hurd, shattered her stick on the play. Right wing Nason took the shot, fired it wide. Left wing Zarnik takes a look. 2-0 Whalers, they work on a power play. Livingston behind the goal. Left wing for Zarnik, will spread it out. Nason out in front, getting worked over by Maggio. Levi for Zarnik. High slot for Hurd, back to Zarnik. Has Nason at the hash marks. Now Hurd will take it top to right circle. Being watched by Boone Jenner. Zarnik left wing. Cross ice right wing to Levi, taken away by Maggio. Jenner on the counterattack. Put it to the Plymouth line, cleared out by Hurd. 40 seconds left in the Whaler man advantage. Zarnik in front of his own bench will reorganize. 2-0 Plymouth. Livingston right wing over the line. Nason goes right to the goal. Livingston moving in, blasts the shot. Stop made by DeSalvo. Out in front, Zarnik the shot saved. Livingston on the rebound. We're going to get a penalty to Maggio. Not very subtle there. He hit Livingston with a right cross.
Livingston got up and gave him a big smile, and then Maggio had to give him again. You're right. I mean, Livingston came in hard and took a shot. Maggio decided to punch him in the head.
Well, they probably have a history. Livingston played for a long time in the Sioux. Maggio a long time in Sudbury. And Maggio off for mugging James Livingston. He'll go off at 12-16.
Well, this is interesting now. The Whalers with the 5-on-3. And we'll see how they work this, Pete. But how about this? Same guy at the point breaks his stick literally twice in the span of about 5 seconds for the Whale.
So it's a Whalers with a 2-man advantage, up 2-0. Good play by Andrioff, though, for the Generals. He comes back. Andrioff, right wing over the Plymouth line against Raquel. Got the shot, but fired it wide. Andy Andrioff, not known very well in the Western Conference, but he is an excellent defensive player and a good face-off man. Here's Raquel circling in his own zone on the 2-man Plymouth advantage. They have a 1-man advantage now as Valentine back on. Nason hits the Oshawa line against Sulentrop. Back behind the goal is Raquel. Raquel, left wing at the half wall for Nason. Put it back in the corner. DeHaan intercepts, reverses it around the other side. Livingston there, right wing boards, knocked over and hammered by Berger. Pried free by Nason, right point Brown. Zarnik high slot Brown, look out, taken away by Berger. Berger back, left wing over the Plymouth line. Brown watching him, hard shot by Berger, severe angle. Left wing, a backhand shot, stopped by Mahalik. Whalers on a power play for another $5. Zarnik threading his way, right wing to center and over the Oshawa line. Zarnik, severe angle, right wing, taps it off the back wall. Mears, left wing at the half wall, holding it for Plymouth. Garrett Mears looks for play. He'll hold it again. For Mahalik, scores! 3-0. And the patience of Mears and Mahalik let it go as soon as he got it.
Mears, that was magnificent. And he gets the puck in front of his own net, in front of his own bench, and then just held onto it. Drew some guys towards him as Robbie Zarnik went off on a change. In the meantime, Mahalik sneaks in high slot area. Mears sees that, feeds him. The second it's on his stick, RJ buries it. What a goal by the Whalers. Look at the vision right there. You could see the guy shade over, and a good screen in front as well, Pete. Just a total team effort right there, and the Whalers take a 3-0 lead.
Mears the pass, DeVan with the screen, and Mahalik with the goal. 3-0 Plymouth. Nick Melisa, right wing at his own line for Hurd. He'll go the length of the ice. Here's the call in the third. Whaler goal.
Here's goal scored by number 21, R.J. Mahalik. His fifth goal on the season, assisted by number 16, Garrett Muells, and by number 27, Robbie Zarnik. Whalers power play goal by Mahalik from Muells and Zarnik at 13:28.
3-0 Plymouth.
Shots on goal now, 14-12 in favor of the Whalers. But Pete, I think what we're seeing right now, forget that number. I think we're seeing a pretty darn good effort right now by the Plymouth Whalers.
For more on the Niagara Ice Dogs, go to niagaraIceDogs.com. For more on the Oshawa Generals, go to OshawaGenerals.com. But we endorse PlymouthWhalers.com.
I love PlymouthWhalers.com.
I'm getting to like it a little more. The Canadian Hockey League changed all the websites around the league, and it took a little time in adjusting, but you know, life is full of adjustments, and we're making them. R.J. Mahalik to center, plays it ahead. Mitchell Hurd put it to the Oshawa line. Back comes McDowell with the Whalers up 3-0. McDowell hit by Mahalik. Right wing Jensen the shot, stopped by Matt Mahalik. Lawton left point, puts it behind the goal. Christian Thomas out in front for Jensen. Too well tied up by Levi. R.J. Mahalik mugged his man. McDowell shot at the point, stopped by Matt Mahalik. Two Mahaliks out there on the ice together, both very active with the Whalers up 3-0. Levi tying up Lawton at the end wall. Hurd to the puck. Mitchell Hurd to center. They go to neutral territory. Troutman over the line and DeVan right circle. Got the shot. DeSalvo got a piece of that. Back comes Oshawa. Christian Thomas. Nicholas Jensen right wing over the Plymouth line with Andrioff. Jensen the shot. I think went wide. Lively Karam out center ice. Raquel with it with Nason over the line. Raquel a shot saved and the rebound by Nason. I think he just failed to get there. Back the other way. Here's Jensen over the line against Dylan McDonald. Jensen the shot. Fired it wide. These teams going at it full tilt with the Whalers up 3-0. No trap for these teams. Here comes Mears back the other way with Raquel. Mears over the line. Toe drag, and he was picked off by Valentine. Berger playing it out center ice, intercepted by Nason. He'll rip it. Sean into the Oshawa zone.
Incredible. 2-on-2 one way, 1-on-1 the other way. Boy, they're opening it up. This is fun.
Lesio tries it over the Plymouth line against Melisa. Left circle, Berger a shot. Matt Mahalik got a pad on that. Wraparound right wing side, Lesio. And Mahalik will hold it. Matt Mahalik, maybe one of the most improved Whalers from the start of the year, Sean.
It's confidence. Doesn't he look like a different kid? He's square to the shooter. You don't see him sitting back in the net right now. He looks confident. That guy, Mike Bellucci, you never know what's going on. He has that same look on his face. He could be up by 5 or down by 5.
Here's a question that I often think about. Is he a better head coach or general manager?
That's a tough question.
He's good at both. I've often described him to people that don't know the Whalers, Plymouth's answer to Joe Dumars. But I think he's got a little bit better track record than Dumars now. No disrespect to Joe Dumars. Puck back into the Plymouth zone. Austin Levi battling in the corner against his check. That's Patagio. Tyler Brown on it up the middle, and it clicks to Michael Whaley. Again, we'll be talking to Whaley in the second period intermission. A young man, Sean, that is very, very happy to be here in Plymouth. One of those guys, Sean, always has a smile on his face, Michael Whaley. Cody Payne, backhand shot, right circle, steered away by Matt Mahalik. 3-0 Whalers. DeHaan shot right on goal. Stopped by Matt Mahalik as Iafrate got out of the way. No screen for Max as Matt Mahalik saw it. DeVan over the line, and Iafrate joins the rush, deflects it right on goal. And the stop by DeSalvo, and the referee lost sight of the puck. Too bad, as Tyler Brown was after that loose puck. Like my friend the hungry dog goes after the prime rib.
And a nice read there by Max and Jamie DeVan. DeVan saw Max break into the net and threw it to a spot. And all Max had to do was just get a piece of that to try to deflect it in on DeSalvo.
3-0 Whalers. Tyler Brown, James Livingston, and R.J. Mahalik have scored for the Whalers. Plymouth wins the draw with Hurd. Left point, Troutman a shot. Hit Hurd, parked at the hash marks. Back comes a lot. Left wing over the Plymouth line, Christian Thomas. Dropping it for McDowell, too well tied up, good play, Livingston. Livingston will play it out center ice, intercepted by Tony DeHart. Plymouth 3, Oshawa 0. DeHart playing catch with the Plymouth goaltender, Matt Mahalik, who makes the stop. Back comes Livingston to center. Mitchell Hurd will backhand it into the Oshawa zone. DeSalvo played it by the forecheck of Livingston and Hurd. Back the other way, Lawton, intercepted by Nason. Nason, left wing over the line, it bounced away from Livingston. Dylan McDonald, good takeaway from Christian Thomas. Jensen, left wing over the line, wide left wing. Back behind the goal, wraparound, put it through the blue ice. With Thomas out in front. Thomas left corner, put it in the corner. Mitchell Hurd brings it back. Mitchell, Garrett Mears on it, can't get out. Valentine holds it in at the left point. Plymouth 3, Oshawa 0 with 2:55 left in the period. Mears right wing to center, chipping it deep into the Oshawa zone. Maggio hit in the corner by Nason. Picking it up, Boone Jenner for Oshawa. Miss Graves with the pass at center. Here's Melissa. He'll golf it back into DeSalvo, who kicks it to the corner. Maggio up the right side. Finds Hope to center. Kyle Hope with Graves over the line and Jenner. Hope left corner being tied up by Levi. Another effective game tonight for Levi. Left corner, Nason, a nice little pass up the left boards to Mears. He's tired, he'll dump it down into the Oshawa zone. The Whalers called on the icing. 3-0 Plymouth with 2:20 left in the period.
This game is flying by tonight, and I like the fact that the officials have held the whistle for the most part. Check out OshawaGenerals.com, a classic jersey, a classic team, just the other side of Toronto.
Face it off to the left of Matt Mahalik. Tyler Brown beat Andy Andrioff to the drop. Tyler Brown picked off along the boards by Andrioff. Two defensive specialists there, Brown and Andrioff. Puck behind the goal, but it goes up into the mesh and out of play. And the play whistle dead. 3-0 Plymouth with 2:09 left in the period.
Shots on goal, 18-15 in favor of the visiting Oshawa Generals. I would like to say, Pete, that I don't think the Generals have had a ton of quality scoring chances tonight, as both Matt Mahalik and the defense corps been up to the task.
Puck into the Oshawa zone. Calvin DeHaan finds an outlet up the right side for defense partner Colin Sulentrop. DeHaan up the left glass will chip it to the Plymouth line. Levi and Melissa on the Whaler blue line with Zarnik, Brown, and R.J. Mahalik up front. Tyler Brown in front of his own bench trying to chip it to Zarnik, right wing at the Oshawa line, but moving up DeHaan. Will gain center with it, put it in the Plymouth hash mark area. It's taken away by Melissa. He'll roll it into Oshawa territory. Referees tell him play it, no icing, and it's taken by DeSalvo. Round on the left side, Andrioff. Up the middle to Berger. Lane Berger left circle in the Plymouth zone. Drops it left boards to Lesio. Nice takeaway by Tyler Brown. Brown on the right side, Livingston. For DeVan, he'll chase it left wing over the Oshawa line against DeHaan. DeVan will chip it in behind the Oshawa goal. 1:15 left in the second period, 3-0 Whalers. Our intermission guest will be Michael Whaley of the Whalers. Picking it up, Berger. Right wing over the line, Lesio. And guided to the corner by Dylan McDonald, who stayed with him well. Berger picks it up top the right circle in the Plymouth zone. Berger a shot. Hit the traffic, did not get through with less than a minute to play in the period. Puck out center ice and Valentine left wing in his own line. Right side to Maggio. Missed Lesio. The puck will pinball back behind the Plymouth goal, and here we'll get an Oshawa icing. With 47.9 seconds left in the period, 3-0 Whalers.
Pace continues, a swift-moving game so far. Let's see if the Whalers can add to this lead with the face-off coming deep in the zone. It's going to be the Raquel, Muirs, and Nason line out there.
With Levi and Troutman on the points. Lawton and Raquel on the draw in the Oshawa zone, won by Raquel. He'll take it left wing, dump it into the right corner in the Oshawa zone. Maggio will play it up the boards and Lawton to center ice for Nicholas Jensen. Thomas right wing over the Oshawa line, picked off by Levi. Nason up the left boards, will wait. Will go right wing to center for Muirs. Muirs hit by Valentine. Muirs saw him coming, got the elbows up into Valentine. Puck right wing in the Oshawa zone, cleared out by Nicholas Jensen. Thomas on the rush, left wing over the line. Thomas the Ranger draft. Or Jensen tried to get the shot, but Levi blocked that with the stick. Back comes Muirs late in the period. Less than 10 seconds left in it. Muirs to center. Will dump it into the Oshawa zone. Maggio will wait in his own zone, being hounded by Nason. Whalers up 1-0 after 1, 3-0 after 2. Excellent hockey game here at CompuWare Arena with the Whalers up 3-0.
Really was a period that the Whalers, Pete, they built up on that lead, a couple of big goals. Oshawa certainly wanted to answer as that period went on, but it was the Whalers that got one early and then one later, and a 3-0 lead right now. And the way they're playing in their zone, Pete, you never say a game's over, certainly, because we saw that last night. But the Whalers right now, I like the way they're playing.
Shots on goal in the second period, dead even at 11 aside. Whalers have been outshot in the game 18-15, but Plymouth up 3-0. And really, in a technical sense, Sean, one of the best games we've seen all year.
It really is. They're just not giving up a lot of quality scoring chances right now. I think doing a fantastic job, really, for weeks. Pete, we've been talking about. We talked about it last night. We talked about it last weekend. The Whalers doing a great job in their own zone.
We're going to be hooking up with Michael Whaley momentarily. The Whalers made a couple of moves at the OHL trade deadline. Not really major moves, but the Whalers have seen something in Michael Whaley, a young player who's played a couple of years on and off with the Windsor Spitfires. What I like about Whaley, Sean, he brings a certain amount of speed to the team.
Well, there's no substitute for speed in the game, and we'll talk to Michael about just that.
Let's go down to Michael Whaley waiting by it. And Michael, first of all, this in some ways is some of the best hockey we've seen all year. How have you seen tonight's game?
We're playing hard tonight. First period was a little slow for us, but we're capitalizing on our chances here. Getting more shots in the second and hopefully put more on in the third and keep them at 0 and get some more for us here.
This is a lot of the fans' first look at you on the television side. We chatted when you came over from Windsor, and you were telling me the first trip into Windsor was going to be a really strange experience for you. We played there a couple of days ago. How was it for you as an ex-Spitfire player?
I went down a couple days early because I had to finish up my schooling there, so I had to write my finals. And I was hanging out with one of my buddies from the team the night before, and we were just talking about how weird it was going to be, and walking into the rink together, we kind of went our separate ways in the dressing rooms. So it was a pretty weird experience, especially, in warm-up, being on the other side and seeing it from a different point of view there.
Now, I'm going to ask you, when you were a part of the Windsor Spitfires, what was it like for you to play against the Whalers?
The Whalers, when we were going in to play the Whalers, it was always one of the hardest games we were going to play. They're up front. They're an up front team. They're in your face all the time. The forecheck's relentless. And, I'm getting to learn that system, and it's really helping my game out too, because that's how I like to play. Use my speed, get in there, forecheck, and be in their face.
So you do not endorse the trap that is so prevalent in the National Hockey League sometimes, right?
No, that's not my game.
Hey, Michael, talk a little bit about this game so far here tonight. I agree with you. The second period, it just opened up. That was some fun hockey to watch. I'm sure it was fun to be a part of.
Yeah, for sure. The pace is really picking up here. They're throwing a lot of hits. We're throwing a lot of hits. Our goalie, Matt Mahalik, is playing outstanding here. keeping it at 0. And, we just got to keep going here, playing hard. Can't let up because, 3-0 lead. It's not a big lead in hockey. Get a couple more, and hopefully we'll be set here.
Michael, you're part of the Whalers' rather healthy London contingent. Yourself, along with Colin McDonald and Dylan McDonald, we've had a couple of scouts up that way too. Did you know any of these guys growing up, Dylan McDonald or Colin McDonald?
Yeah, I've been playing hockey with Dylan McDonald since 10, 11 years old in London Junior Knights organization there, and we've been good friends all the way through, hanging out during the summer. Last summer we hung out a bit, coming back home from Windsor, and it was really great coming here. Already having a good friend to he was new too, so both of us sort of stuck beside each other, got to know the other guys together, and in the summers I've been working out with the same trainer as Colin McDonald, so I've been training with him every day in the summer, so I know both of them pretty well there.
Perfect. Michael, when I see you come into the rink, you always have a smile on your face. Obviously, you love playing in Plymouth. Would that be fair to say?
Oh, for sure. Great guys. Coaching staff's been nothing but positive, helping me out when I need help, letting me know I'm doing good when I'm doing good. Even the veterans here, they're the first ones to welcome you to the team, and that's something that shows the character in the room.
Perfect. Michael, we'll let you go. Nice chatting. We'll definitely do it again.
All right, thanks a lot.
Michael Whaley of the Whalers, and for some of our fans who have not seen Michael or maybe chatted with him, a pretty impressive young man, and a guy that I think is going to develop into a good player sooner than later.
Well spoken. I mean, honestly, you could tell that he really thought about a question and answered it intelligently. Not that they're a bunch of dummies or anything, Crupper, but you could tell that he was really well spoken and thinking things out. And hey, listen, they've been able to develop some guys around here in the past. Let's see if Michael Whaley can certainly be one of them.
So an excellent game here tonight. The Whalers up 3-0 over the Oshawa Generals. He's Sean Belesian. I'm Pete Krepsky. We thank the Schoolcraft College Sports Network for their great work. We're going to take a break and come back with more of tonight's broadcast right after this timeout. Plymouth 3, Oshawa 0. And on a Saturday night at Compu Arena, you're watching the Whalers courtesy of the Schoolcraft College Sports Network.
Complete your degree at Madonna University. Recognized as a return-to-learn institution, Madonna offers a flexible schedule of day, evening, weekend, and online classes. Call today.
Welcome back to Compu Arena as we rejoin the television side. Pete Krepsky with Sean Belesian with the Plymouth Whalers and the Oshawa Generals. Plymouth up 3-0 after 40 minutes of play. The Whaler goals tonight, Tyler Brown in the first period and James Livingston and R.J. Mahalik in the second, as these teams have played two enjoyable periods. I'm Pete Krepsky alongside Sean Belesian, and we're getting ready for the third period to begin.
Fairly even are the shots on goal. The numbers, I think the Whalers certainly have been the aggressor here tonight. Here's the first goal. You could tell DeSalvo just never got himself straight, Crupper. After trying to play the puck behind the net, he just never got in the right position. And a little backhand by Livingston gives the Whalers a 2-0 lead.
Garrett Mears will set up Mahalik for the third goal.
Take a look at Mears. Waits, draws a couple guys towards him. Mahalik breaks right in the middle of the slot, and bam. DeSalvo doesn't have a prayer on that shot, but again, I think it was the patience of Mears that set that up along the far board, starting right in front of that Whaler bench.
So the Whaler goals tonight, Tyler Brown in the first, James Livingston and R.J. Mahalik in the second, and the Whaler defensive effort has been very, very good tonight. Matt Mahalik and his blue line crew doing a very good job with the Whalers up 3-0.
Had a chance to see Ralph Mahalik for a second during the intermission, Pete. He's got an ear-to-ear smile right now. Both of his sons contributing to this Whaler lead right now.
Whalers action next week in Sarnia on Thursday. We look forward to the Kentucky Fried Chicken. We've got Kitchener on Friday, and then the Whalers will host the Sarnia Sting on Saturday. We're on audio internet. We can talk a little bit about food here.
You had to bring the Colonel up, didn't you, Cupper?
Yes, indeed.
One of my favorite meals.
Yes, indeed. See what the Whalers and the Generals do here in the third period. It's been an enjoyable game.
Tell you what, that chicken pasta, whatever it was, is pretty good tonight. If you come down to the game, try that if you decide to come to CJ's before the game.
All right, Matt Mahalik in goal for the Whalers, Colin McDonald, and Dario Troutman on defense. The Whalers in the third period will bring out Robbie Zarnik, Tyler Brown, and R.J. Mahalik. Puck shot deep into the Plymouth zone. Troutman hard around the right boards, taken away by Nicholas Jensen. He'll take it in behind the Plymouth goal, right wing. Worked off the check of R.J. Mahalik. Sulentrop a shot, high slot, ripped it wide. Jensen tried to play it, a severe angle shot or pass that rebounded off something. Sulentrop shot right point, went wide. Lott in left wing, hit by Zarnik. Back behind the Plymouth goal, Colin McDonald took his man off the puck, Jensen. R.J. Mahalik for the Whalers. Picked off on the play, Jensen back for Oshawa. Wide left wing, got the shot, ripped it wide. Around on the left side. Tyler Brown finds a seam, will play it out center ice. Zarnik almost picked the pocket of Maggio. Now the Whalers look to change. Plymouth 3, Oshawa nothing, a minute into the third period. Thomas hit by Stefan Nason at center. Thomas put it in behind the Plymouth goal. Now the Whalers bring it out with Nason. Lead pass, Mears has Raquel breaking for the net. Mears tried to get a pass or shot. It went off an Oshawa stick wide. Back comes Luke Lesio with Berger over the line. Lesio, good speed, right wing, top of the right circle. Left wing in tight, redirect. Andrioff, and a great stop by Matt Mahalik. His best stop of the game right there.
Oh, it was. He read that play all the way. Threw it to a spot, did Lesio, and Andrioff with a nice deflection.
Mears, right wing over the Oshawa line. We go back the other way with Raquel. Out in front, jamming at it, Nason. And Peters and DeSalvo made the stop. Both teams with chances. Berger in front of his own bench being checked by Livingston. Puck into the Plymouth zone and Levi. We'll play it up the right wing boards to Hurd. Livingston on it. Will march left wing over the Oshawa line. Livingston trying to work around to Hart. Out in front. Just failed to click for Hurd. He had it in the right hash mark. Back comes Boone Jenner. Graves right wing over the Plymouth line against Dylan McDonald. Graves trying to go in front on the right wing. Dylan McDonald stayed right with him. Left wing jamming at it. Boone Jenner and Matt Mahalik has got it. Will hold it and get a face-off. As these teams continue to go at it, with the Whalers up 3-0.
And a great job by McDonald there, not allowing that winger to cut inside. He fended him off with his body all the way to the bitter end, Krupper, and did not allow him that safe passage right into Mahalik's grill.
Take a look at some of the fans here at CompuWare. It looks like Alice Ifredi, perhaps. That's maybe the grandmother of Max Ifredi. I might be wrong, but because I have not seen Alice in a while, but sure does look like Alice. Of course, Max, a longtime season ticket holder here, and Alice Ifredi was a Whaler employee or a Detroit Junior Red Wing employee for a long time. So the Ifredi family goes back a long way with this franchise. And in case you missed it, the Toronto Star had an excellent story this week about NHL fathers and their sons now playing at a high level like the OHL.
I think I saw that at a certain website, Pete.
Yeah, we try to supply information for folks, that's for sure.
PlymouthWhalers.com.
Right winging over the line, Kyle Hope the shot. Matt Mahalik the stop. Dylan McDonald plays it around on the left boards. Devan center ice for Livingston, has Hurd with him. Livingston on a change will just dump it deep into the Oshawa zone. Jimmy McDowell back to get it. 3 minutes into the third period. 3-0 Whalers. Jenner for Potasio. Left wing over the line. Got the shot. Out beyond the blue ice. Looking good on the shot. Making the stop. Matt Mahalik will hold it and get a face-off.
That's a competent goaltender right there. He came right up on top of Potasio and said, go ahead, shoot. And Potasio tried him between the legs, and Mahalik shut him down.
Matt Mahalik, an academic all-star. He's a very, very good student. I know he's worked extremely hard before and after practice, and his hard work is paying off. He's been very, very good his last 4 appearances. Right wing to center, Tyler Brown up the middle, Zarnik. Tried to work around Sulentrop. Zarnik right corner, deep in the Oshawa zone. Left wing RJ Mahalik back behind the goal. Jamming out in front. Max Ifrady trying to get there. It was taken away by Melissa in front of the penalty box area. He'll dump it in behind the Oshawa goal. Colin Sulentrop around on the left side. It clicks to Emerson Clark. Left wing over the line. Clark being tied up by Ifrady. Clark did get the shot. Matt Mahalik stayed with it well. Will make the stop. And you know, we watch Max Ifrady and his development with a lot of interest. I think Max has really improved in the last 3 weeks or so.
You know what I'm noticing, Pete? He's picking the right spots to jump into a rush. Before, I think Max would be apt to just, make that mad dash and everything. But he's picking his spots, and if he does, oftentimes he's back, just like he was on that last opportunity.
Whalers associate coach Joe Steffen works very, very hard with his blue line crew. Back comes Raquel, left wing over the Oshawa zone line. Raquel to the slot, got the shot, fired it just wide. Raquel to the right corner, and it's taken away. Jensen to center ice, being tied up by Nason. That's a good battle. Now, Lawton put it out in front, intercepted in front of the Plymouth goal by Austin Levi. Left wing boards Mears. Up the left wing from the penalty box here, Raquel will tip it into the Oshawa zone. Nason giving chase right wing, 3-0 Whalers. Nason behind the goal for Mears. Left wing, Raquel a shot. Blocked by Christian Thomas. Wraparound right wing side, Raquel. And I believe goaltender DeSalvo got a piece of that. Melissa at center, rings it around the boards in neutral, and it goes to center ice. Jensen back, left wing over the line. Jensen out in front. Good defensive play by Hurd at the hash marks. Took it away from Thomas. Back the other way in transition. Livingston and the Whalers just barely offside. Oh my.
Boy, that was a great play by Mitchell Hurd, Pete. I'm sure that you saw what I saw. That was developing into a 2-on-1, if not for Mitchell Hurd getting on his high horse and really picking that pass off in the high slot area.
3-0 Plymouth. Tyler Brown in the first period for the Whalers, his 19th of the year. In the second, James Livingston with his 12th, and RJ Mahalik with number 5 on the year. But it's been a good overall effort by the Whalers, and actually Oshawa playing well too. Here's Berger over the line, right wing, got the shot, and Matt Mahalik saw it all the way. Will hold it, get a face-off.
His anticipation, Pete, we've seen it a few times tonight, being in the right spot. Even if a pass comes over, he's reading the play very well, coming over and taking away the angle.
Face it off in the Plymouth zone to the left of Matt Mahalik. Whalers out with Brown, with Zarnik and RJ Mahalik up front. Brown put it in behind the Plymouth goal. Heavy hit by Melissa behind the goal on Luke Lesio. Lesio got the stick on Mahalik, on Melissa there. Lesio picked off by Brown, but holding it to Hahn. Got the shot, blocked by Melissa in the face-off circle. RJ Mahalik plays it out from the penalty box area. Brown trying to get there for the Whalers. Andrioff brings it back for Oshawa. Dropping it right wing to the circle. Berger twisting and turning at the right wing half wall. Berger on the perimeter, leaving it for Lesio. Lesio, left point, Calvin DeHaan. Right point, Sulentrop. He'll put it to the corner and back behind the Plymouth goal for Andrioff. He hit the back of the Plymouth goal, the centering attempt. RJ Mahalik alertly around on the right side for Troutman. That was taken away. Berger put it to the corner. Troutman without his stick will kick it ahead. Brown trying to get it out. Generals will hold it with Andrioff hammered in the corner by RJ Mahalik. They're battling tooth and nail. Now we got something going on. Oh, Berger dumped Troutman, and then Troutman hit him with a right cross.
Boy, Andrioff and Mahalik had quite the battle going on, and you could tell that the official down there in the corner was telling them, cool it down, and RJ got that one last hit in, and RJ's going to go to the box. Let's see if both of the other combatants are going to go to the box here. Troutman, yeah, both Troutman and Berger are both going to go. So it looks like it's going to be an Oshawa power play. But Andrioff and Mahalik, Krupper, behind the net had quite the battle going on.
3-0 Plymouth, and penalties on the play. Two battles going on at different parts of the ice. Berger and Troutman, and out in front of the goal, and as Sean said, Mahalik and his man.
They started right in behind Matt Mahalik and then went to the corner, and that's where RJ finally got the penalty. And then right in front of the net, Berger and Troutman really going at each other.
Penalties come at 5:54 of the third period.
Couple of imports are Berger and Troutman.
Troutman from Switzerland. Member of the Swiss team in the World Junior Championships. Referee over Joe Celestin over to talk to the Oshawa bench. Chris DePero and Celestin nose to nose. 3-0 Plymouth. Again, we're really impressed with the energy level of the Whalers tonight, playing 3-3. Playing a couple of real battles and shootouts, winning in Windsor on Thursday, losing last night at here to the Niagara Ice Dogs. DeVan wins the draw in the Oshawa zone.
Whalers penalties to number 21, R.J. Mahalik, 2 minutes
Puck
for
into
boarding.
the Oshawa zone.
Number 25, Dario Troutman, 2 minutes for roughing. Penalties called at 5:54.
Oshawa on a power play, but it's DeVan picking it off at center. DeHart right wing in his own zone. Two center icing over the line, Andrioff. Put it to the face-off circle. Melissa there for the Whalers. He'll rip it down into the Oshawa zone. Whalers battling hard on the penalty kill, up 3-0. DeHaan in his own zone takes a look. Up the middle, Christian Thomas has been quiet tonight. He'll dig left wing over the Plymouth line along the boards. High slot, DeHaan will settle it down. Andrioff out in front on a screen. DeHart out in front. Just failed to click for Jensen on a redirect. Thomas left corner. Behind the Plymouth goal for Andrioff. He'll spread it out behind the goal. Andy Andrioff. Left wing to the goal line. Put it out in front. Levi played away. Andrioff falling to the ice. Quick backhand. Sharp save by Mahalik. And Livingston for the Whalers will rip it down into the Oshawa zone.
Yeah, he's on top of his game right now. That's just a little deflection right out in front. He kicked that aside.
DeHart with 45 seconds left in the Oshawa power play. Intercepted by DeVan. Rattle it off the linesman in front of the Oshawa bench. DeVan will chase it deep right corner in the Oshawa zone. Cleared out by Lawton. Back behind his own goal, setting it up Daniel Maggio. Maggio, right wing to center, Tony DeHart. Left wing, it rattled off Jenner, and Brown will bring it back with his speed. Right wing over the line, Brown to the circle. Tried to get the shot. Failed to click, and it just failed to click as well for Jamie DeVan. Will chase it left corner. Generals bring it back, Lawton to center. Will dump it in behind the Plymouth goal. Tyler Brown, right corner, plays it back behind the Plymouth goal to the end wall, Melissa. Picked off by Alessio. Melissa diving to the puck. It stays deep in the corner. Dug free by Jenner. Right point, Maggio, puck on edge, got the shot, ripped it wide. And alertly, Mahalik will play the carom off the back wall. Will hold it to his left goal post and get a face-off. Whalers back at full strength, 3 seconds shy of the 8-minute mark. 3-0 Plymouth.
Yeah, rolling puck from about 59 feet, took a strange bounce off the end boards, Krupper, and came right back towards the goal crease, and Mahalik decides to freeze it against the netting.
Face it off to the left of Matt Mahalik. The Whalers with Raquel, Mears, and Nason up front. Iafrate and Troutman on the points. Maggio right point, his shot knocked away in front of the goal. Good defensive play by Raquel. Raquel, typical well-rounded game for Raquel. Does not have a point tonight, but is playing well nonetheless. Hope working right out in front. Just failed to get the shot on goal as he was checked by Iafrate. Now bringing it out is Troutman on the rush. Right wing over the Oshawa line. Will play it to the end wall. DeSalvo out. Gave it right to Raquel. He'll snap the shot, but it was blocked by Maggio. Left wing, Nason the shot on the backhand. It went wide. Puck loose in front of the Plymouth bench here, and it deflects out of play long enough to get a whistle. 3-0 Whalers, 8:34 into the period.
Well, Oshawa has carried the play this period so far, Pete. They've got an edge now in the shots on goal department, 26-15, but nothing again very serious. Maybe a deflection right in front of Matt Mahalik early in this third period that may have been his best save of the night.
Well, if my math is correct, Sean, Oshawa's outshot Plymouth 8-0 here in the period, and 26-15 in the game. Thomas will try it right wing over the Plymouth line, got the shot. Mahalik to stop. Elisa plays the rebound away to the right corner. Livingston back for the Whalers, being hounded by Lawton. Livingston, the outlet, clicks center ice, Hurd. DeVan will chase it left wing at the Oshawa line, cleared out by Sulentrop. Livingston back, right wing, got the shot. Stopped by DeSalvo. Hurd to the puck, right corner in the Oshawa zone. Livingston behind the goal, Hurd, taken away by Sulentrop. Livingston again, severe angle shot or pass. DeVan right circle, deflected it just wide. 3-0 Whalers. And Plymouth does get their first shot of the period there on this shift. Melissa, right wing in front of the bench area. Ahead, Hurd over the line. Hurd dropping it. Livingston to the slot. Trying to work out in front. Got the shot. Rang it right off the goalpost. He rang the chime there to James Livingston. Back comes Lawton for Oshawa. Thomas, right wing over the line, and the Generals offside as Jensen caught in the zone.
Well, some nifty moves down there in close quarter by Livingston, and as you mentioned, Pete, I think he had DeSalvo beat. He just clinked it right off the near post.
Whalers out with Brown, Zarnik, and R.J. Mahalik up front. Dylan McDonald with Dario Troutman on the points. Puck in behind the Plymouth goal. Matt Mahalik plays it away for forecheck of Andrioff. Troutman to center. Brown with speed, neutral territory. Played away. Troutman ran into his man Andrioff in front of the Oshawa bench. Puck bouncing into the Plymouth zone again. Troutman and Andrioff in the corner. They collide hard in the corner, and Zarnik brings it back. Tyler Brown with Mahalik. Tyler Brown over the Oshawa line, right wing to Hart. Zarnik will move in. Tries to spin around his man dead, and Mahalik right wing at the goal line. Just failed to put that puck on goal. R.J. Mahalik for Zarnik in the corner. He's knocked over on the play. Lesio brings it back for Oshawa. 3-0 Whalers halfway through the third period. Lesio, right wing to the goal line, put it through the blue ice as Andrioff being checked by Troutman, just failed to get there. DeHart moves in. Didn't get a lot on the shot. Did get the shot top of the circle. Stopped by Mahalik. DeHart, high slot for Maggio. Will wait, let the puck settle down. High slot, DeHart got the shot. Blocked by R.J. Mahalik, and he'll deflect it out center ice. Back comes DeHart. Missed Maggio with the pass. The puck length of the ice. And the Whalers will catch Oshawa on the icing. 3-0 Plymouth with 9:14 left in regulation.
Boy, Andy Andrioff really seems to have something bugging him tonight. He's had a personal battle with a few Whalers tonight. He was really going after Dario Troutman that entire last shift, both ends of the ice, and Dario Troutman certainly standing his ground, Pete.
3-0 Whalers. Again, you take a look at the young CompuWare youth players that do such an efficient job cleaning up the snow. Some rinks, I got to be honest with you, they're not so efficient. You take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Whalers. A couple of games with Sarnia home and home. Always fun to go into Kitchener, and we will go into Mississauga on Friday, February the 11th.
Pete, that's my favorite building, of course, other than the home building in the league. I think you know that. I love the Yard. Just an old barn, and the fans get into it. Educated fans, fun time going to Kitchener.
They've renovated the Yard, and it's one of the showcases of the OHL, that is for sure. Whalers out with Raquel, Nason, and Mears up front. Raquel won the draw in the Oshawa zone. Mears left boards, looks for a play. Left wing, it just missed Raquel. And the puck swept out center ice. Iafrate there, dumping it around the boards into Oshawa territory. Nason to the slot, Raquel moving in. Try to pass out in front for Mears, but it's taken away into the corner by Maggio. Jenner played it in the air and out of play. Play whistle dead with 8:52 left in the period. The Whalers up 3-0.
Former New Jersey Devil Joey Sorella with some quick reflexes on that bench, avoiding that chip up into his bench.
One-time excellent Oshawa General is Joe Sorella. And he's back coaching with the team he literally grew up with, the Oshawa Generals. Puck around the boards in the Oshawa zone. Scott Valentine banks it off the boards. Graves will play it ahead in front of the penalty box here, and Nason intercepts, and here's Raquel. Big battle with Graves. Raquel works off that into the slot. Nason had it in his skates, got the shot. Good stop by DeSalvo. Nason, an alert play there. Boy, showed some dexterity with the puck in his skates. Puck into the Plymouth zone. It'll be called on the icing. And you wonder why this guy is moving up the Central Scouting rankings as Stefan Nason. That was a good example there.
Tenacity, Pete. I mean, that's a word that comes to mind when you watch Stefan Nason play. Did a great job of getting in traffic and just spinning around and throwing it towards the net. And DeSalvo got a piece of it with the tip of that skate.
3-0 Plymouth. The Whalers with Hurd, Livingston, and DeVan up front with Troutman and Levi on the points. Troutman at center. Plays it deep into the Oshawa zone. Left wing to the half wall. Hurd just missed Livingston at the right circle. Back comes Christian Thomas. Left wing over the Plymouth line with Jensen. Christian Thomas. For DeHaan got the shot. That stung Austin Levi. That did not get to Matt Mahalik. Whalers blocking their share of shots tonight. Up 3-0. Battle in the left boards in the Plymouth zone. Dug free by Mitchell Hurd. Tried to hit Livingston at center. Intercepted by Thomas. He'll reverse it over the Plymouth line. Left wing picked off by Troutman. Dario's played well tonight, along with Levi in particular, as the puck pinballs out of play and into the crowd.
So 7:44 to go. Shots on goal now 28-18 in favor of the visiting Oshawa Generals. There's a good look at Austin Levi, property of the Carolina Hurricane. Boy, he just keeps getting better and better. What a Rock of Gibraltar back in his own zone.
Taking it to the net, winning the draw, Andrioff, but lost the handle on it. Will take it left boards. Intercepted by Tyler Brown. R.J. Mahalik to center, and Zarnik on the rush, and it's called just barely on the offside by the Whalers at the Oshawa line. 7:35 left in the third period. The Whalers up by a score of 3-0. Robbie Zarnik, what can you say? He's been just an outstanding player for the Whalers this year. R.J. Mahalik, Mr. Heart and Soul, I think. Paired on this line, those two, along with Tyler Brown. Left wing out of his own zone. Levi will dump it down into the Oshawa zone. Maybe for the first time tonight, Sean, we've seen a couple of icings within a couple of shifts of one another.
Haven't had a lot of whistles here tonight. What a pace to this game. It's almost as if the referees perhaps have a dinner date tonight or something.
Well, everybody likes a fast hockey game, even the referees. Left corner in his own zone. Levi, big battle with Elaine Berger. Levi with Berger, Brown, and Andrioff, along with Luke Lesio. They continue to battle back behind the goal. Lesio slashing away at Levi. Might have drawn a penalty on another night, but here no. Zarnik will play it in the air, bounce it down into the Oshawa zone. The Whalers called on the icing. 3-0 Plymouth with 7:06 left. The Whaler goals tonight. Tyler Brown with his 19th of the year. James Livingston with his 12th, and R.J. Mahalik with his 5th.
Whalers going to get changes here. The benefit of being the home team as the faceoff comes back down into the Whalers zone. Another icing against the Whalers.
Plymouth out with Raquel, Nason, and Mears up front with Aya Frady and Melissa on the points. Jenner lost the draw in the Plymouth zone to Raquel. Raquel will play it in the air again, bounce it down into Oshawa territory. DeSalvo signaling icing, and it is on the Whalers. So the play whistle dead. That took all of about 10 seconds. 3-0 Plymouth.
Well, we'll do it all over again. Just to the right of Matt Mahalik.
Face it off to the right of Matt. Face off won by Jenner, but he was held up by Raquel. Back comes Plymouth with Mears. Left wing over the line. Nason hit hard along the boards by Scott Valentine. Mears following up left wing to the goal line. Nason. Left point Melissa shot. Blocked out in front. Loose. Raquel got the shot as he was falling, and it went just wide. Picked up left corner Mears. Behind the goal, Nason wraparound, jamming it on goal. And the stop by DeSalvo. Hope running in Raquel to the crossbar. And that persistence by Nason is also evident every night, Sean.
It's the tenacity again, persistence, tenacity, aggressiveness. He went straight to the net, knowing full well he was going to have to pay the prices. A couple of big guys were down there ready to pound on him in Valentine and Maggio. And he got the what for, but that's not going to keep him from driving to the net.
3-0 Plymouth. 6:34 left in regulation. Face it off to the right of DeSalvo. Hurd on the draw. It's Hurd, Devan, and Livingston up front with Levi and Troutman on defense. Hurd won the draw cleanly, but the Generals bring it out. The New York Ranger draft Thomas. Right wing over the Plymouth line, and Levi took the puck away well, put it to the left boards. Levi up the left wing side to Devan. Right wing Livingston trying to work around DeHaan. Livingston dumping it in behind the Oshawa goal. Hurd let it go left corner to Van. Tried to play it out in front. Good block by Scott Lawton, the first round pick of the Generals. The puck back to the right wing at the Plymouth line for Dylan McDonald. Livingston will try it over the line. Has Hurd breaking for the net, but the pass by Livingston behind him. DeVan left wing tried to go out in front for Livingston, taken away. Jensen back with Thomas for Oshawa over the line. Jensen trying to work around Melissa, stayed right with him well and put it to the corner. And Livingston will dump it down into the Oshawa zone. The Whalers will be called on the icing. 3-0 Plymouth with 5:46 left in regulation.
Whalers content to make the safe play and just bang it out of the zone, chip it up off the high glass or the boards, and if it's an icing, so be it, and just turn around and do the same thing. Just get the puck out of their zone at this juncture with 5:46 to go.
Whalers out with Zarnik. Brown and R.J. Mahalik up front. Zarnik on the draw, lost to Andrioff. Lesio, left wing at the half wall in the Plymouth zone for Andrioff. Cycling for Berger in the left corner, battling with his friend Dario Trutman. Back behind the goal, Lesio will take it right wing now. Luke Lesio to the high slot, leaves it right point for Maggio. Right circle, Andrioff, back to Maggio. Got the shot, good block by R.J. Mahalik. Maggio right point, left point for Valentine. Right point, Maggio. He'll move in, a big battle out in front. That's Lesio and Zarnik. High slot, Valentine. Big battles out in front of the Plymouth goal. Sean is smiling. Good block by Trutman on the shot. High slot by Andrioff. Maggio tries it. Got the shot. Fired it wide. Berger behind the goal. Lesio wraparound left wing side. Played away by Melissa. Held in left point Valentine. Maggio taking a look as they battle tooth and nail out in front of the Plymouth goal. Andrioff back high slot again. We'll take a look. A lot of traffic out in front of Mahalik. Andrioff a shot. Mahalik made the stop with his shoulder. Stays in the Plymouth zone. R.J. Mahalik looking to get it out. Will, and he'll bounce it down into Oshawa territory. Icing call.
Well, that was designed all the way. Berger and Lesio just decided that they were going to go straight to the net and set up shop. And it was funny because first it was Zarnik doing battle with Lesio. Then Melissa went and did battle with Lesio, and Zarnik went and did battle with Berger. But down in front, just bodies shaking all over the place.
3-0 Plymouth. Whalers out with Raquel, Nason, and Mears up front. Ricard Raquel won the draw. Jensen right wing in the Plymouth zone, though. High slot, Thomas' shot, ripped it wide. He doesn't usually miss by much. And there he ripped it wide. Mears trying to play it out the center, checked by DeHaan. Possible 2-on-1 Raquel with Nason. Raquel tried a shot or a pass that failed to get to the goal. Back behind the Oshawa goal, Calvin DeHaan tries it, being hounded by Raquel. DeHaan will play it around the left side to safety for defense partner Tony DeHart. 3-0 Plymouth with 4 minutes left in regulation. DeHart right wing over the Plymouth line against Dylan McDonald. DeHart tried to go out in front. Jenner did put it out in front, played away by Levi. Thomas at the right point, worked by Nason. Thomas got the shot. Good stop by Matt Mahalik, and the rebound played away. Jensen left wing to the goal line, being checked by Levi. Levi and Jensen collide at the end wall. Jenner picked off by Levi. Levi being hooked by Jenner. What a battle behind the goal. Levi and Jensen continue to battle Sean.
Oh, were they going at each other? And Austin Levi gave quite the crack to Jensen, and they're letting things go right now, Pete.
DeHart will put it in from the right wing at the Plymouth line into Mahalik. And he'll hold it and get a face-off, and cooler heads will prevail. What a battle, Jensen and Levi.
He's still looking at each other, giving each other some glares and whatnot. 3:22 to go. Oshawa throwing everything but the kitchen sink right now at Matt Mahalik. Watch the guys go straight to the net, Pete, and try to get up in his grill.
They've outshot the Whalers in the period, 13-5. Plymouth up 3-0. That's Berger running in Trutman behind the Plymouth goal, but the Whalers bring it out with Livingston. Right wing over the Oshawa line. DeVan hit on the play by Valentine. DeVan keeps it rolling. Tried a shot with Hurd at the right circle on a redirect. That failed to get on goal. Berger back for Oshawa in front of the penalty box area. Intercepted briefly by Hurd. But here's Andrioff on it. Right wing over the Plymouth line. In tight. And the redirect out in front by Valentine. He put it over top of the Plymouth goal. The band behind the goal for Hurd will look for an outlet. Mitchell Hurd spinning away from the check of Lesio. Right side for Melissa. Right wing boards Livingston, taken away by Boone Jenner. Hurd trying to get it out. It bounced by Valentine. Race for the puck. Livingston trying to get there at the Oshawa line. Diving to the puck. Scott Valentine. Livingston bowled over Maggio. Got the shot. And the stop made by Peter DeSalvo. And now Maggio and Livingston battling. Oh my.
Well, Maggio gave a nice clean hit to Aliardi early in the game, and I'll tell you what, Livingston gave him one right back, and he didn't like it too much.
Levi battling with Thomas. We're going to get an absolutely cheap interference penalty to Austin Levi. The referees have let him go all night long, and Levi is going off for interference. That's a crime.
With some of the shots to the chop I have seen here in the third period, both ways, Pete, both ways. Guys full on the kisser shots, they call that.
You look at, if you isolate on Jensen and Levi the last shift, you could have called a half a dozen penalties on another night. Here, A little ticky-tack interference call to Levi, and the Generals trailing 3-0, working a power play. Troutman plays it down into the Oshawa zone. Whalers on the penalty kill. Zarnik and Brown up front. Troutman and Melissa on the points. To center, DeHart will dump it in behind the Plymouth goal. Melissa takes a look around. He'll take it left corner along the glass area. Picked off right point, DeHaan, always dangerous. Left point, DeHart. Right circle, Boone Jenner. High slot, DeHaan. For Jenner to the slot. Got the shot with Thomas out in front. The shot over top of the Plymouth goal. We're going to get another Plymouth penalty, I think. No, they're going to just pull the goaltender. Oshawa pulling the goaltender with $1:30 left. Jensen, high slot, DeHaan. We'll take a look. Got the shot. Knocked down out in front. Jenner got the shot. And a great stop by first Mahalik and then Zarnik. And the Whalers will rip it out of play. They'll be penalized again. That'll be delay of game. Mahalik and Zarnik both saves in the blue ice area.
I don't know how they kept that one out. There are a couple opportunities right in front, and Tyler Brown gets control, Pete, and I understand he's trying to do the right thing and knock it off the high glass and get the breather for the guys out there. Just a little too much air behind it and put it up and over. So 5-on-3. Really, when you think about the empty net, Crupper, 6-on-3, and we're going to get a timeout here as well.
Don't know if we have a replay, but great work by Matt Mahalik, and I believe it was Robbie Zarnik out in front to keep that puck out of the goal.
Robbie really working hard both ends of the ice tonight, Pete. I think an effective penalty kill and really screwed things up in the first few seconds of this power play opportunity for Oshawa.
So we'll set the stage for you. 3-0 Plymouth. Generals have a 2-man advantage. Whaler penalty to Tyler Brown for delay of game. Austin Levi already has 1:07 left. Let's see some of the action.
Well, right down on the doorstep, a couple of opportunities. That was a first stop by Mahalik, laying flat on his belly. He got that left leg up to make the stop. I believe that was Boone Jenner right on the doorstep, Pete.
It was, and he had a couple of cracks. Mahalik made a stop, and then I think Jenner tried to go top shelf, and that was Zarnik making the stop in the blue ice. So the Whalers, Generals with 6 players out there, the Whalers with 3. DeVan, Troutman, and Melisse out there for the Whalers. Generals win the draw with Andrioff. Thing is, 2 of the Whalers' best penalty killers are in the penalty box. Thomas's shot, left circle, ripped it wide. Right point, DeHaan will take a look. Right circle for Jensen. High slot, shattering his stick, Christian Thomas. Break for the Whalers there. Minute left in the third period. DeHaan high slot. 6-on-3 advantage for Oshawa. Left wing in tight, Berger. We'll wait. For Thomas has got a new stick. Right wing DeHaan, fanned on the shot, fired it wide. Round on the left boards, Berger. Whalers packing in the box there. DeHaan, right wing. Jensen ripped it over top of the goal, and the lively Karen will go out center ice with an empty net. Here comes DeVan. He's going to score on an empty net. DeVan, give me puck. Score! And the Whalers, the short-handed goal, lead 4-0. The Generals just quit.
They stood there. Pete, that's the oddest thing I've seen. The puck lay in the neutral zone, and the Whalers looked like they were going to make a change, and DeVan just jumps off the bench and says, all right, you guys are going to let the puck sit there. The Generals just stood there in the neutral zone.
I bet Chris DePero is going to have something to say about that after the game. He just don't quit on plays in this league. So the Whalers up 4-0. What an effort by the Whalers tonight from
really
the goal
was.
out.
Really was. Well, 34 more seconds. Let's shut this down, huh?
Graves over the Plymouth line. The Generals continue on a power play. Valentine a shot, ripped it wide. Now Maggio, right point, Valentine a shot, he ripped it high and wide. Generals not getting the puck on net. Now Maggio, low shot was blocked. I believe that was Dylan McDonald blocking it. Whalers do get Levi back. Valentine moves in, got the shot, and a great stop by Mahalik. He'll hold it, get a face-off.
And you see what Max did there. That's a smart play by Max Iafrate. He just tucks that puck very softly between the legs of his goaltender and then stands there to make sure that doesn't creep out.
6.7 seconds left in this one. 4-0 Whalers. Outstanding energy for the Whalers tonight, playing their 3rd game in 3 nights. Let's take a look, Sean.
Yeah, the little rebound there, just kind of lay right in front. Look at Max. Smart play. Good decision there, Max. Don't be a hero. Tuck it back in your goaltender's legs.
Generals win the draw. Valentine tries it again, got the shot, save made, and another stop by Mahalik on Graves. And Matt Mahalik has his first OHL shutout.
That a boy, Matt.
He played so well for the Whalers, and really his last 4 or 5 games have been outstanding.
He had to make 2 stops right at the very end just to solidify it. But look, you think these guys are happy for their goaltender? That a boy, Matt.
Shots on goal in the third period. Boy, really had to earn it. Oshawa in the third period outshot the Whalers 18-7, 36-22 in the game. And the Whalers now are tied for 4th place with the Windsor Spitfires. Both the Spitfires and the Whalers with 58 points. Windsor does have games in hand.
Pete, let me tell you something. This weekend, you tell me before the weekend, you got a game in Windsor, you host Niagara, you host Oshawa, you're going to take 5 out of 6. I'm not sure a lot of people around the league would have bought that, but that's exactly what this hockey team did.
This team dug down. They won a shootout in Windsor 5-4 on an outstanding effort by Scott Wedgwood. Paddled back from behind. We take a look at some of the late action here, Sean.
Well, with 6 seconds left, 1 stop, and then look at that. Skate to stick, and Mahalik says, no, sir. Kicks out that right boot into the corner, and that's where the game ends.
Let's go down to ice level.
Labatt Blue Collar Player of the Game is from your Whalers, number 25, Dario Trutman.
Boy, had a lot of battles tonight to Dario.
Worked his tail off tonight.
And now it's time to announce the Meyer Higher Standard Lower Prices 3-star selection. Fans, don't forget to stick around, because if one of the Whalers is named as one of the game's 3 stars, you could be walking out of here with a t-shirt from that player. Your 3rd star of the game tonight, he had 2 helpers on the score sheet. We're talking about number 27, Robbie Zarnik.
Steady player on all ends of the ice now. That's fair to say about Robbie.
Your number 2 star of the game, also from the Whalers. He had a goal and an assist tonight for number 21, R.J. Mahalik.
Heart and soul guy for the Whalers, R.J.
I think you know why Ralph Mahalik's smiling right now, Crupper.
And your number 1 star of the game, it's a brother act. He had 36 saves for his first OHL shutout. Your netminder there, 37, Matt Mahalik.
This young man has worked so hard.
How cool was that to see R.J. Mahalik wait there for his little brother? That's pretty stinking cool, huh?
We're going to hopefully be talking to Matt Mahalik in a couple moments' time, and what an effort for the Whalers. They get goals tonight from Tyler Brown, James Livingston, R.J. Mahalik, and the real surprising goal there late, Jamie DeVan, when frankly the Generals just quit on the play.
Just stood around, and you know, Pete, we talked last night about James Livingston and his effort, and you want to see a guy get rewarded for working his tail off. And I think Matt Mahalik, it's nice to see him get rewarded with the shutout tonight, because I think a lot of people that follow this team have realized that Matt has improved leaps and bounds, and it's shown, and you know what? Tonight it paid off in the form of a shutout.
I believe Matt Mahalik is getting ready to join us. Again, he pitches his first OHL shutout with 36 stops. Matt Mahalik with us. Matt, trite question. I'm going to ask it simply. How does it feel to get your first OHL shutout?
It's amazing. Just all the hard work. You know, it's definitely paying off in this last few months, like since Christmas. And I just feel great. And we had the whole team going tonight. You know, my brother's out there blocking shots in the third period, and you know, it's just great to see them battling for me. And I mean, I'm lost for words right now.
Well, you were good, but again, I agree with you 100%. The Whalers in front of you were so good, and the team had so much energy, Matt. 3 games in 3 nights, and I guess you would maybe think the team might not have the energy, but they certainly did.
Yeah, definitely. You know, one of the keys to the game today was coming out with a good start. We had a couple slow starts in Windsor and last night. So, I mean, we came out and did that, scored a goal first shift, and you know, achieved that goal and just carried on through the rest of the game.
You know, Matt, you talk about your hard work and everything. It shows in your play. I think the one thing we've noticed the last couple of weeks, you look a lot more confident. Is there anything that you did to get yourself going?
I owe it all to Stan Matwiv and Scott Wedgwood helped me out. The beginning of the year coming in, so a few shaky starts in the beginning of the year, but just all the extra ice and all the hard work putting in and listening to Stan and listening to Wedge, just improving myself every day, and it's showing. So I'm happy with it.
Now I'm going to ask you the same question I asked Wedge Thursday night when he stopped 57 of 61. Was there any one stop that stands out in your memory? I know it's just a couple of moments after getting the shutout, but anything stand out to you right now?
The last one, the shot from the point, rebound, and there's about a second left. I knew it. If that would have went in, I would have just been crushed. So I got the pad out there, and I was just ecstatic. Right after that, the horn went, and team just came and gathered around me, and it was great.
Pretty cool to have your brother out there working hard, right?
Yeah, it was amazing. And he blocked, I don't even know how many shots, and I guess the guy, I don't know who it was telling him he was going to shoot him at his face, but he didn't back down, and he took him, and that's what a teammate does.
I saw your dad walking around the concourse. He's smiling like the butcher's dog. Why not when the Mahalik boys are star number 1 and number 2, huh?
Right, yeah.
Matt, we're going to let you go. Enjoy the moment, and great job by you and the Whalers tonight.
Thanks, Crep.
Matt Mahalik, how about that, Sean? You love good stories like that, don't you?
Pretty cool. And you know what? I think it was great to see him not even be able to contain his excitement. And he deserves it. It was a great effort. He's been playing so well. Fun to watch, no doubt about it.
An excellent effort for the Whalers tonight. A 4-0 victory over the Oshawa Generals. And again, I won't say shocked, but the energy the Whalers had tonight, and they did it for 60 minutes. It was one of the more enjoyable games we've seen all year.
I think they are starting to realize they have something special. How special is it? I don't know. There are a lot of good teams in this league, Pete. It's a grind, this Ontario Hockey League schedule, but I think these guys know they have something special.
We're going to enjoy the moment here for the night and get ready to work next week. We're out of here. The Whalers, an excellent 4-0 victory over the Oshawa Generals. We thank the Schoolcraft College Sports Network for their help. We thank all of you out there for listening. Hope you enjoyed it as much as Sean and I had as much fun bringing it to you. He's Sean Belesian. I'm Pete Krepsky. Again, the final score. The Plymouth Whalers 4, the Oshawa Generals 0. Good night, everybody.